Hello, Janksters, and welcome to another edition of the MagicJank podcast, the show where members of Team MagicJank get together and we talk about magical gatherings and the things that are happening. And we've got a full crew today. It's actually really exciting. So in this revolving door, team effort that we have here on the podcast, we have a lot of amazing folks that who can jump in. And today we actually have four hosts, including myself. And I'm Graham, go by HamX42 on the internet. And we're joined by the FilthyCasuals, Jen and Doni. So Doni, hello. And Jen, thank you so much for joining us. Definitely appreciate it. Welcome. Oh, and then we also have, one of these days my hosting skills will be figured out. I'm just not there yet. So yeah.
No worries.
So Doni and Jen, first time on the podcast. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
So excited to be here. Talk about Lorwyn. I'm all about it.
Excellent. And then we also have Headology in the house. Hello. Oh.
Hello.
So given the crew that we have today, we're going to be talking Lorwyn. We're going to be talking so much Lorwyn because since our last show, Lorwyn spoiler season began. And it's also ended because it was just a really short one this go around. So our plan today is to talk what cards in Lorwyn we're most excited for. And given the crew that we have, all four of us are pretty avid Commander players. So that's definitely going to be the focus that we have today. So if you're really wondering, like, oh, Headology's here, I'm sure I'm going to figure out what are the 5 best commons. Like, put a pin in that. We'll get there. But for as far as draft is concerned. But today we're looking at casual fun times at the Commander table and seeing what we can do with those. So, I know this set is just riddled with some pretty wild designs that I think are going to have a lot of fun implications. It also feels very much like, I don't know, I feel like this is overstated or, it gets repeated a lot, but it's worth noting. It feels like Magic. Like, it feels like Magic being Magic at its finest. And so Jen, as a first-timer on the show, I definitely want to ask, what are some of the cards you're most excited for? And do you have a kind of a history with Lorwyn that you want to share with folks?
Okay, so for me, Lorwyn was the very first full set I ever bought. I was so excited. Doni and I had actually gotten out of Magic, but then back into Magic. Planeswalkers. I was like, wait, there's Planeswalkers? Actual Planeswalkers, because those started in Lorwyn.
Right.
But for me, more than just Lorwyn, I have discovered Eventide was kind of my happy place. I loved Eventide. I loved the weird design, especially the Orzhov stuff. That was something that I built a whole deck, I just call it Orzhov soup. So it's a lot of Eventide, a lot of that hybrid mana. So a lot of this fits with that really well. So that's my excitement.
And it's cool because here it was, probably 5 years ago now. I ran into a guy at the LGS that had a bunch of fat packs that he was trying to unload.
Okay.
And we ended up getting
fat packs, yeah.
We ended up getting a Lorwyn, an Eventide, and a Shadowmoor fat pack.
Nice.
Which was...
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, it was stuff that, we weren't playing when it came out, so we didn't have a whole lot of exposure to it. So that was really, really, really exciting. So when we heard we were going back to Lorwyn, it was just like... It was like going back to 1995 all over again, right? Because it does.
Heck yeah.
It's like all the lore is there. It's it's deeply connected to, a lot of us in franchise players.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so
I love that.
Lorwyn is absolutely magical, so to speak. But one of the things that you'll note with Graham's mentioning of the very, very short preview season and hype season with, very few creators getting any sort of preview cards or ability to promote the set, is that, especially compared to, the set that kind of took precedence, which is all the Marvel releases next year. There's a lot of players for whom this is, the set they're excited about coming up. It is the set. And so one of the things that we'd love to do is encourage you all to go to your local pre-release. We want you to hype this set so much because
Please.
not only will it be super fun, we're pretty sure already, because we know that the people who are entrenched in Magic and Wizards are fully committed to making this set wonderful, and a good throwback, and at the same time with new delights. We really, really want you to make Hasbro notice that in-universe sets, within-universe sets, are something to support, something to, allow for great creativity amongst the Wizards storytelling staff, which is, kind of unparalleled out there in the gaming industry. No, I'm sorry. Everywhere, the gaming industry has amazing storytellers all over, but these are among the best. So, and Lorwyn has such an amazing story. You can find amazing summaries of the story and, in-depth dives, among other things by Spice 8 Rack, doing in defense of Lorwyn. It's an amazing, amazing set with an amazing story behind it. And hopefully this will do, and actually the stories are already out, many of them, so you can read them online. So get hyped for this set. Go get your pre-release kits. Go do that. Bring your friends. Bring your dentist. Bring your
therapist.
Exactly. Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And yeah, and that's one of the things when people talk about like, oh, all the universes beyond stuff. Like, yes, okay, those feelings and like any heartburn around that is valid and fair, but we also need to stop and appreciate and respect
universes beyond.
Yeah. No, but and so like I feel like last year when people were looking back on it, it's like I think we need to take the kind of energy to celebrate the successes, and rather than just spending our time and energy like frustrated about the things we don't like, let's hype up and make the things we do like very, very loud. Like I thought last year Tarkir Dragonstorm was amazing, and it was so exactly what I needed it to be.
Edge of Eternities, Edge of Eternities.
And Edge of Eternities was way better than it had any right to be. It was fantastic. It was so well done. It would have been very easy for that to feel like just a cheap hat set, but it didn't. It felt like Magic, and it happened to be in space. It wasn't like the space set that happened to be Magic. It was really well done. Yeah, exactly. And I have no doubt, I mean, from everything we've seen, Lorwyn is absolutely going to scratch that itch. It's going to give us the pure Magic experience that I know us old heads and franchise folks really we just need it. We do. And yeah, this is going to be fantastic. I'm very much looking forward to it. I have read, or I've done the audio versions of the mainline stories, and I highly recommend them. They're really well done.
Nice.
Also, they're freely available professional audio dramas. Like, why don't, like, or like, like free audiobooks that are just available in podcast form. They're really fantastic, and they have some of the best, Headology.
The Jim Henson collaboration.
Oh yes,
Muppets
music video. We've got a lovely little sketch of between two boggarts, and it's so great.
It's lovely. It's so much fun.
I'm so happy about it. I want Wizards to hype the hell out of that. It's so good.
Right? Absolutely. I'm glad that they're giving it this kind of attention. It's really a shame that it's hitting the January release window, which tends to be kind of like the post-holiday lull. That's really unfortunate. It's coming out alongside a whole bunch of movies that will surely be remembered as all-time classics, right? That's the January release window. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a shame, but it's all the more important that we boost it and let folks know how awesome it's going to be. And the story is actually really fascinating because it's a full-on unapologetic isekai, where a bunch of characters go from a fairly normal, banal world into a world of high fantasy that they're amazed by. And the thing I find so funny is the normal world that they come from is Strixhaven. And there isn't one human in the entire group that gets isekai'd. It's like a deaf owlin, a goblin, a gorgon, a vampire, and they're the normal people we're following, and they see Lorwyn and go, what the heck is this? They're literally studying how to perform magic, and they're blown away by just how weird and alien Lorwyn feels. How cool is that?
I
thought that was a good way to get explanation in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was so much fun. I loved it. I thought it was a blast. So if you haven't checked those out, I definitely recommend it.
I love the way they set it up too, because it's literally they just fall into it. There's very little setup. It's just, oops, wait a minute, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, it was so much fun. When at first I was like, really? It's a Portal story? Really? And then within minutes, I was like, yep, okay, I'm in. Yeah, it was so much fun. Cool. So yeah, Lorwyn is a fascinating world in a lot of different ways, and it does behave differently than most other planes that we see in Magic or a lot of other high fantasy just in general, because it has this weird duality where light and darkness, and night and day are both coexist, but every being on the entire plane, to the point where like the night version and the day version have literally different names. Like Lorwyn is only the day side of the plane, Shadowmoor being the night side, and every being is completely different. Depending on whether or not they're in Shadowmoor or Lorwyn, which is very weird. And the way that the day and night fluctuates, over the plane's history has varied. And we now have a scenario where there are these elementals that literally like their wake establishes whether or not it's day or night, which like them moving around creates all kinds of weird dynamics, and it's just odd. And if we don't have anywhere, I kind of want to start with the elementals themselves, if we don't mind. And I feel like they're central to the and as we go, please let me know any other cards that we definitely need to check out. But like, this shows the duality of this plane. Irdu, Carrier of Dawn, is a white card that actually, well, speaking of Orzhov stuff, this is a white card on its front face, but its backside is black, so its commander color identity is white black. It's a 5/5 for 3 white, flying and lifelink. Creature spells you cast have Convoke, and at the beginning of your first main phase you may pay a black, and if you do, you transform Irdu, and they transform into Isilu, Carrier of Twilight, which is a 5/5 flying lifelink black creature, which each other non-token creature you control has Persist. And so this showcases the dual nature of all the different creatures on Lorwyn, and this kind of flip mechanic is one we see on a number of different cards. How do we feel about this one specifically? Is this one you guys are looking forward to building?
I absolutely.
It's right up Donnie's alley.
The fact that it's not a huge hoop to jump through either. It's like, I got to pay a black to transform it. Well, that should be easy. I mean, at 5 mana, you're probably going to start flipping this thing turn 3, turn 4. So really, it's all in. What's your strat? What are you going into it? And the fact that it's black white and it opens itself up to all of the strategies in those two colors. You've got life gain, you've got -1/-1 counters, you've got the blight mechanic. There's so many different things. None of the legendary creatures in this set feel like they're pigeonholed.
That's a great way to say it. Yes. Well, and I was just about to say, like, do you build around Convoke? Do you build around Persist? Like, because those are two very different mechanics.
Both?
Sure.
How exactly do you build around both? That's interesting. Like,
Yeah.
One of the things. So I mean, if you're talking elementals in general, that's a wonderful one, and it's very, very good, and you can definitely do Orzhov craziness with it as your commander. But I actually love the full. There's a full cycle of elementals in this, as you saw, and that kind of harkens back to the elementals of Lorwyn. Many of them were red in the beginning. We had a full, because Lorwyn is all about the typal kindred synergies.
Oh yeah,
it's so cool. But we did have in Lorwyn Horde of Notions, which was a 5-color elemental that gave other elementals things to do, right?
And one of the first 5-color commanders that saw a lot of adoption. Yeah, absolutely.
It was one of the first 5 colors. I actually used it. It was mostly for color. I didn't actually have elementals mostly in the deck. But it was one of the first 5-color commanders. So it's a 5/5 vigilance, trample, haste, I think, or is it 6/6? I forget.
5/5, yeah.
5/5, yeah.
5/5,
And then 5, you could pay Wooburg. It costs Wooburg, and you could pay Wooburg to put target elemental card from your graveyard to cast it from your graveyard without paying its mana cost via the 5. So Fist of Suns was doing a lot of work and things like that. I'm joking, by the way, because Fist of Suns, anyway, bad magic joke. So the thing was with this one, there were really mostly most of the elementals worth playing were red anyway, so it didn't really do much. And at this point, they're giving us. Since then, we've had a lot of other elementals in many different colors, and we've had things like Brawn and all those series, and Dread and
Anger.
blah. Those are really heavily committed to one color, each of them, because they're triple of whatever the color is. Vigor and actually I think it was Vigor and Dread and a couple others, a few others. So there were some really cool elementals printed, but they were more about the one color. Now this one has a bunch of crazy elementals that are good when you cast them for certain colors, and so it really rewards a 5-color deck. If you're running all of them, it would be super, super sweet. It does have a payoff for having a ton of elementals too. Sunderflock. Sunderflock is so much fun. It is a 9 mana, but it's 7 double blue for a 5/5 flyer. However, it costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest mana value among elementals you control, and elementals notoriously do have some pricey costs.
There's some chunky ones out there, absolutely.
Yeah. And when it enters, if you cast it, return all non-elemental creatures to their owner's hands. So it's basically a one-sided board wipe for the most part. A little cyclonic rift for creatures. Sorry, so evacuation for your opponents. So that's pretty sweet as a payoff for doing all these elementals. But the ones that I was referring to that will pay off for having multiple colors and being cast for multiple colors in the main set, they're all mythic. So collecting them is going to be fun. But they are all dual colored. So they all have names, right? Catharsis, Deceit, Emptiness. And where's my blue green one? That one's so much fun. Yeah, Wistfulness.
Wistfulness, that's right.
This is so much fun. So each of these is hybrid mana. So for example, Wistfulness is a 5 mana card, 3 and Simic ×2, whatever combination. And it's a 6/5. But it, like the others, has when this creature enters, if 2 of a certain color was spent to cast it, 1 double green, 1 double blue, you get effects. So in this case, if double green was spent, you exile target artifact or enchantment that an opponent controls, or if double blue, you draw 2 cards and discard a card. But the cool thing about this is it brings back the Lorwyn Evoke for the elementals, because the Lorwyn Evoke elementals, we had so many cool ones from like Ingot Chewer, right? And things like that, where and Muldrifter, of course, the classic.
Muldrifter's the classic, yeah.
But this Evoke mechanic they brought back, and so each of these can be cast, and then Horde of Notions can bring them back. Obviously, you don't get the cast trigger again, but it's super, super sweet if they die, or if they were evoked. So there's some really cool things now that a 5-color elemental jank deck, and we are MagicJank, the team. So a jank elemental deck could definitely be made with these elementals. It is really, really cool. And there's obviously some smaller elementals that you get to access to in this, including changelings, which are, of course, everything. So they can be elementals as well. But I did want to ask Doni and Jen, did you have any like elementals that you were most excited about?
The dog. I mean, we just talked about that.
We did just talk about
what is it? Vibrance. Love this. This is amazing.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this Vibrance is unreasonably
and the
cute.
art,
yes,
the art
that's one of the ones. Yeah,
it's absolutely adorable. And the fact that, like, okay, they reprinted 2 Omnaths. We've got Risen Reef again. I think that just building an Evoke deck, just playing with the Evoke cards, and a few other key pieces, it's going to be so dumb. I'm very much looking forward to it.
A land card, not a basic land, a land card.
Any land, yes.
If 2 green was meant to cast it. So it's got a Sylvan Scrying on a stick, although it's double green rather than 1 and a green. And it is so for commander that is a hellish thing for your opponents to see. So there's that, and so that's
it's
why
so funny.
Reserve and things like that.
When I first read this, I like auto inserted the word basic into that, and I was like, "This card sucks. What's the big deal?" And I was like, "Oh wait, no, like,
No.
oh, hold up, never mind."
I can have a lightning strike on a stick or a Sylvan Scrying.
Yep.
Yeah, like all of a sudden that opens up a lot of
If I have
possibilities.
5 mana to play it for its full cost.
Yeah.
And I love that because it encourages you to play 5 colors. And it's not making it easy. Like there's a card pool there, and like you could go like 5 color good stuff pile. You could, but you don't have to. Like there's enough stuff in here. Like if you were just to get a box and build a commander deck out of it, I almost guarantee you would be able to build an elemental deck of some kind, and you're gonna get mileage out of the evoke mechanic. It's just gonna happen. It's like it's natural.
Oh yeah. I love this design too. The hybrid evoke, where like it basically does nothing if you pay 1 of each, but you get different effects based on what. That's just such a clean design. I mean, this is just the essence of hybrid. It's just this is what hybrid cards are supposed to behave like. I don't know. I think I love all of these. You know, Emptiness was an early one they spoiled. It was one of the first in the set. And I'm still kind of hung up on it. I'm going to do so much with this card, you guys. I'm going to play this in so many decks. I absolutely adore it. It's my kind of nonsense. Although, problematically, with these Evoke Elementals, with the ones from the past, when you reanimated them, you got their effects because it was just an ETB effect. Like with Muldrifter, if you blink a Muldrifter or if you, like, cheat it out, you got the other effects. But this cares about whether or not you cast them. And also paradoxically, like with Horde of Notions, you're casting them without paying their mana cost. So you're still casting them, but you didn't pay any of these mana colors, so you still don't get the effect.
Yeah, but you still get the card back, which is pretty sweet.
True. And so as a result, like I'm not saying that to say these are bad. I'm saying that they're really cool design because the ways that we abuse ETBs don't work on these. So you got to be more intentional about how you leverage them, and I think that's cool. And like as a deck builder, I love that challenge. I think that's neat. Yeah.
Magic as Garfield intended. I don't think he was sitting there thinking of, every creature's gonna have an ETB, and you're gonna flicker them and they're gonna put them back into play because they're just gonna replay and come back into play. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, Magic as Garfield originally designed didn't have ETBs, so yeah.
Yeah.
It also had Time Walk.
Exactly.
So,
yes, it did.
Sure did.
And a lot of free mana.
So much free mana. So many free spells and 0-drop artifacts. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh, they were everywhere.
Yeah.
So on the elementals front, before we jump off of that, there is one design in the commander product that I don't believe it's the face commander. I think it's the alternative commander of the elemental deck. Ashling the Limitless. Have you guys seen this card? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Yep.
Speaking of the evoke cards, holy cow. So Ashling the Limitless is a 2/3 for 2 and a red. Elemental spells you cast from your hand have evoke 4. There's 4 generic, so any colors. Whenever you sacrifice a non-token elemental, create a token that's a copy of it. The token gains haste until end of turn. At the beginning of your next end step, sacrifice it unless you pay Wooburg. So this is definitely in kind of the Horde of Notions. It's definitely kind of evocative of that, and it just wants you to play all the evoke elementals. All of them forever.
Yep. Absolutely. It's a beautiful thing.
This seems nuts to me.
Exactly. It's a fun one.
People,
and it is the red. Like Ashling was originally the red, and then like the elementals in the original Lorwyn. It was there was a lot of really good that, and like the Soul Stoker and all the things. So you can still get that red value too by including that as one of your lovely 5 colors.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah,
like it just again, they stapled Wooburg on it because they want you to go that direct. Like they want you to build 5 color elementals.
Right.
Yes.
And I think there's enough support there where you can do lots of different things. Not any 2 decks have to be the same.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. Which is funny because I look at that Wooburg cost and like, I'm never paying that. Like, with the way that I'm going to build this deck, I'm never, ever going to plan. If I have to pay for that at some point, something's gone wrong. Like, that's a backup plan at best. I'm evoking stuff out and then, like, you know, doing raise that style effects to get them back into my hand and keep evoking them to just keep making crazy copies. Or doing things that care about tokens, you know, because you're creating tokens that are copies of cards that are not designed to be tokens. And we all know how silly that can get. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
That'll be super fun.
Very much.
Yeah, I
forward
do
to
like
it.
the point there that there's a variety of decks that you can make, and you can focus on different types of synergies and various things with this. I do like the fact that they are encouraging the 5-color to some degree, just because it leads to, in my opinion, slightly less overpowered decks and just more fun for the table.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, there will be ways to build this that are like oppressive, but there will be far more of these that are just fun, and people are going to show their individual flavor. Yeah.
And
yeah.
But getting to the next the next kindred synergy stuffs, stuffs.
Yes.
Let's, because they were featured so heavily, let's talk about goblin boggarts.
Yes.
And let's just start with this crazy freaking card, Hexing Squelcher from the main set.
Yes, please.
This is a 2/2 for 2 red that is going right in my Krenko deck. It says this spell cannot be countered.
I'm already in.
Spells you control can't be countered. It has
Even
ward
better.
pay 2 life, and other creatures you control have ward pay 2 life. So, while it's not going to stop that wrath on all your little gobos going bye-bye, which you don't usually care about because you usually make people hurt when all your goblins go bye-bye. This is a hell of a drug for goblins.
Our R&D literally said, hey, we need to upset the format for the CDH kids, so hold my beer, and
Yes.
and that's what happened. Because literally, as soon as this was spoiled,
Oh my god.
everybody was just like, what the hell? There is no, this can't be real. I'm like, no, it's real. It's
I know
happening.
people that have already pre-ordered this card.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think they're crazy. And
It's
really
real,
should
and
get it.
currently, if the prices are for pre-order are to be believed, it's about $47 because reasons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it upsets some people.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what Spider-Punk always wanted to be,
It's
right?
not even a mythic. It's a rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Good card.
But there's a number of different tools that the goblins that my Krenko got, just that are just value goblins. And I'm very, very excited about them. The other one that I was most excited about was Scuzzback Scrounger. And Scuzzback Scrounger is a 2-mana 3/2, 1 in a red and 3/2, Goblin Warrior. At the beginning of your first main phase, you can blight 1. And if you do, create a treasure token. So
I
this
love
gives
that.
red ramp. And it is so good.
Yeah. No, this one is really, really good. No, I remember this one. Yeah. Yep.
This one
I
is
know exactly what
super freaking sweet. Because for goblins to ramp is usually obviously the by playing out a stone or rock or anything that you're trying to do there. That's not what goblins want to do. They want to play bodies. And so this allows you to ramp as a body, which is crazy. So you get to Krenko the next turn, for example, or Perforos the next turn. And like it is
And if you've got a Krenko online at the beginning of your turn, sacrificing one of your goblins to make an untapped treasure token, sure, that's no problem.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a cost you're more than happy to pay. More often than not. You got to get to that
Absolutely.
Muxus. Like,
Every scoop line player on the planet saw the first goblin, and they're like, oh, well, I mean, if it wasn't unstoppable before, it's unstoppable now.
Exactly. And so this is like just the commander players for goblins actually got something that I think they've been looking for a long time. And that is a kind of a cheaper commander for their goblins and that isn't wart. And they got grub. And so it is pretty cool. Grub's Storied Matriarch gives the I'm running mono red goblins, but there's some real new tools for Rakdos goblins, and Grub is one of them because there's some really cool black goblins that have been printed that are just amazing. And you do lose access to those with your lovely Kranko deck. But Grub Storied Matriarch is a 3-mana 2/1 menace that whenever it enters, this is like that one that we were talking about before where you can transform. There's a bunch of series of this that will give, a bunch of EDH decks some good tools. But Menace, whenever this enters or transforms, return up to 1 target goblin card from your graveyard to your hand. So that's a cheap thing. And then on the other side, it's the 2/1 Menace again. And whenever it attacks, you can blight 1. If you do, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of the blighted creature.
So silly.
And this took the token at the end of the turn, right? Beginning and end step. So that is stupid. So like nice Siege Game Commander Part 2, the return, the revenge, the thing. Obviously that I'm talking about jank cards because MagicJank. But but you can copy some other more stupid cards than Siege Game Commander these days.
That kind of effect, that kind of kiki-jiki effect is just, that'll always be powerful. Always. It just...
Absolutely.
But the cost on this one of having to blight the creature. So blight is a new mechanic in this set where when you're blighting, you're putting a -1/-1 counter on a creature you control. And so you're making the original weaker in order to get a temporary copy. And so obviously with something like Siege Game Commander, you're getting all the other tokens, and that's more than, that's certainly worth it. And if you have any way to, offset it with +1/+1 counters, it becomes not a big deal pretty quickly. But if you don't, which goblins don't have a lot of ways to access those. They exist, but it's an interesting cost. I think that's an interesting design space, and I like this. Also, I love these flip cards. And I love these. I love the flip cards for numerous reasons. Not the least of which is that they are not daybound, nightbound. I'm just gonna stop and can we appreciate that for a moment?
Exactly.
This would have been a flavorful thing for them to bring daybound back, but it was universally panned and hated by everyone who's ever played this game, and so as a result, they're like, let's never do that again. Thank you, Wizards. We appreciate you.
Somebody else brought that up, and I was like, oh, I didn't even think about the disaster that would have been.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
These creatures that flip are not daybound, nightbound, which flavorfully they could have been. The day-night mechanic for Innistrad.
These are the old transforms, so that's really really important to remember that they're not a new copy of the card. They will maintain all aspects of etc.
Yes. Yeah, they're not leaving and coming back. They're just Yeah.
6 flip cards. 6 different ones. They're all very cool.
Excellent.
I like Brigid. I think Brigid's really cool.
Oh,
that's an amazing.
Can we talk about Guys Cradle on a Stick? Can we please talk about Guys Cradle on a Stick?
For this.
Because Brigid does the thing and does it in a way that white players have been looking for decades.
It's a Celestia thing. It's perfect.
Let's go.
I mean, I am so excited to tap her other side for 15 white mana. And it doesn't even matter what I do with the mana. I don't even care. The fact that I can do it, I'm very, very excited.
Heck yeah. So Brigid, Clacklin's Heart, is a 3/2 for 3. Whenever this creature enters or transforms into Brigid, you make a 1/1. So you're already getting a 3/2 and a 1/1 for 3 mana. Not a bad rate. Beginning of your first main phase, you can pay a single green. If you do, flips into Bridget Down's Mind. And this one is Guy's Cradle on a Stick, where you can tap and add X green or X white, where X is the number of other creatures you control. So she doesn't see herself.
About time.
But whatever. Guy's Cradle doesn't count itself. It's fine.
Nope.
And if you're going wide, which you're in Selesnya, come on, you're going wide. You have access to that. And then on your first main phase, you can pay 1 white in order to transform Bridget. Now, fun fact, you can, in response to that trigger, tap Bridget for X number of white mana. And then pay 1 of that and flip her back over, and you get Cleglin's Heart down, which then makes another 1/1, and you have all this floating white mana because it's your first main phase, and then you can do it with it whatever you will. Next turn, pay 1 green to go flip, do the thing again. Yeah, this if you're in Selesnya and you're going wide in any way, this card just rules, right?
Absolutely. I'm very, very excited for this one. And I've always been a Kipkin fan. But Bridget being Selesnya, and I mean, yeah, the mass mana effect. This is it is gonna be beautiful.
It's really fun in a Risk Tokens deck.
Oh yeah.
Oh
my goodness.
I've been thrilled with this one to see. I'm very excited to work it into that deck.
Yeah, I thought about. I've been looking at it for squirrels because I have an Abzan squirrels deck.
Oh, we have an Abzan squirrels deck. That's epic.
And I think
who reads that deck.
The mana dump available for black or for green or white is I'm very much looking forward to testing it out in that one for sure.
That's
That'll
exciting.
be so much fun.
Sick.
It's a good one.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
fantastic.
One more black gobble to look at.
Oh yeah. What do we got?
We have Taster of Wares, which is
I
remember this one.
That was my nickname in college. All right. all the goblin. Okay, for any other sophomoric-minded individuals out there, all the goblin names in this set just sound really dirty. I'm sorry.
It's fair. It's true.
The first Mud Button Curse Tosser. What does that mean? Anyway, sorry. Anyway.
Yep.
So Taster of Wares.
Mud Button was from the original set.
Even so, Mud Button? Come on now. Anyway, sorry.
It's supposed to be little fantasy cute stuffs. Come on.
Okay, right. Of course. Silly me. All right.
This one's a goblin warlock though, and it's tasting all the things.
Taster of Wares, 3/2 for 2 and a black. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals X cards from their hand, where X is the number of goblins you control. You choose one of those cards. That player exiles it. If an instant or sorcery card is exiled this way, you may cast it for as long as you control this creature, and mana of any type can be spent to cast it. Nice.
That's just really fun to I think this card you might actually see real play, because it takes a card out of their hand, no matter what, right? But you also get the chance of removing an actual removal spell. So that's pretty sweet for a 3/2 for 3. I like this card. I think it's pretty nice.
Pretty good.
Especially if you can drop it in behind that sculpture, because if you drop it in behind the sculpture, then it's got ward pay 2 life, and everybody's going to be like, maybe I'm gonna let that sit out for a little bit and see what happens. But blinking this creature is going to be a nightmare for players. I swear to God.
Oh yeah.
Oh, control mages everywhere are going to be cursing these goblins. This is brutal.
But there's so many goblins to look at. There's so many cool goblins to look at, and I think obviously if I remember correctly, and Jen and Donnie will have better remembrance of it. I think there's a Jund goblin in the commander cards, the actually purely commander cards.
Yes. And one of the in the Jund commander deck, there's Auntie,
something that I would consider for a goblin commander, but it is a really interesting one.
Yeah, Auntie Ool Curse Rich.
Yep.
It's a 4/4
and blight.
Yep. Yeah, it's a 4/4 for 1 black, red, green with ward blight 2. So if somebody wants to touch Auntie Ool, target her with something, they have to blight 2. So putting counters on their creatures. And whenever one or more -1/-1 counters are put on a creature, draw a card if you control that creature, and if you don't control it, its controller loses 1 life.
And the fact that it forces them to put both counters on a single creature.
Yes, that's relevant as well. Yep. Yeah, you can't spread them out.
Nope.
That's an important call out. I think a lot of people are going to miss that.
Probably. I mean, I could imagine, I'm going to do this one and this one. Like, well, no, you've only got that 2/2 and it's going to die. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you get to pick which of your 2/2s gets to die, but one of them will.
Exactly. Yep.
But yeah, the internal synergies of like the blight your own stuff and then draw a card, that's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah. Oh, and this set has a ton of effects that benefit from blighting, and also ways to remove counters. That's another thing that there are a number of different versions of those.
Lots of that.
Yeah, and so
Dawnhand Dissident is
Dawnhand Dissident. I was just pulling that one up. Yep. So this one's an elf, but it's a 1/2 for 1 with tap Blight 1, Surveil 1, or tap Blight 2, exile target card from a graveyard. Definitely gives me I'm blanking so hard on the name and I'm so embarrassed, but it's this one with like multiple modes, powerful stuff. During your turn, you may cast creature spells from among cards you own exiled with this creature by removing 3 counters from among creatures you control, in addition to paying its other costs. So that's -1/-1 counters. That is stun counters. That is finality counters. That is like any
counters. Yep.
Lore counters off your saga creatures. Whatever you got, baby. Let's just
let's go. I'm really excited about that card. That's obviously there are other elves that I'm excited about, and we can talk about this in a second. But this one is pretty amazing. There's so much utility on this, and at the very least, you're gonna get the next turn Surveil 1 to make it an 0/1, and you don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's at the very least, that's pretty sweet for a 1-drop. Pretty fly for a little. Yeah. Anyway.
Little guy. Yeah. And it's a 1/2, so it can even blight itself.
Yeah, the first blight's free.
You're fine. It's still a blocker. You can still chump with it. I think this card is going to see a lot of play.
You might be thinking about Deathrite Shaman, by the way, Ham.
Deathrite, thank you. I was blanking on that name. It reminded me very much of Deathrite. Yes, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah,
and as a graveyard enthusiast, exciting. I'm sorry, I'm embarrassed that I couldn't come up with that.
We all have the memory blanking things here. But
there are
there's a reprint of Bloom Tender.
Magic cards.
There's a few thousand cards. No big deal. You're fine.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But anyway, Dawnhand Dissident, freaking love this thing.
The reprint of Bloom Tender, which is going to be great for those 5-color elemental decks.
Oh my goodness!
And Timeless Lotus. Timeless Lotus has also been reprinted. So you've got a 5 mana that you can tap for Bluebird, and it doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, get your Horde of Notions going.
Yep.
There it is.
But everybody was talking about, because this was spoiled early, a Formidable Speaker.
Oh yeah.
So this is a 3-mana 2/4 that when it enters, you can discard a card. If you do, search your library for a creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. You can also pay 1 and tap it to untap another target permanent. So the first thing that it does, we've seen obviously green has always had access to, Survival of the Fittest and Fauna Shaman, which are, discard a card to a creature card to go find another creature, to tutor up a creature essentially. In this case, you can discard any card. It's not just a creature. And so while this is only a one-time effect, that's sometimes all you need. And it's any card. It doesn't matter what it is. You can discard a land, you can discard whatever, and you can go find the creature that you want for 3 mana for a 2/4 body, and it's an elf, which is a very relevant creature type.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And so you can go fetch up that, Greater Hoof or whatever you're doing with your elf ball deck. And
it's Greater Hoof. It's just
crazy bastard.
Yeah.
And
it just is. It always is. It's always Greater Hoof.
And do the thing, but you can also fetch up that really cool, silver bullet that you need in a commander game, and you're in whatever deck it is you're working with. And if that weren't enough, you can untap another target permanent. So that cradle that you're talking about.
Yeah, we were just looking at Bridget. Yeah.
Yep.
Or the newer version in the form of the planet.
Evendo.
Evendo.
Oh, Evendo, that's right.
Or, any just other land that is doing silly things for you. Your lovely Cabal coffers in your black deck and blah, blah, and you're black, because you're doing black-green because you're elves, right? Sometimes.
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like there's so many, you got there's so many interesting things you can do with this speaker. It's just ugh.
Yeah.
And yep.
I like this card far
And if you
more
want
than
to
Fauna
untap your
Shaman.
elf thing that was creating more elves whenever it tapped, sure, go for it.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I love comparing this to Fauna Shaman because in my experience, Fauna Shaman almost never did the thing. It's a 2-drop, and you could theoretically activate it turn over turn, and you're discarding creatures and going to go find creatures. So normally that means I'm going to discard my Valgavoth and then go find my Valgavoth's Faithful or like Priest of Felrights that's going to reanimate it, right? Theoretically. But in my experience, actually getting this to untap and like do the thing, like it's... people are afraid of it. People target this kind of setup piece because they know you're going to set up something powerful with it. So Formidable Speaker having that effect on the enters trigger, like I'm going to get that. You can kill this, but I've already gotten, one important piece of value out of it. I think that's great. Also, being able to dump a land rather than just creatures is also fantastic. So yeah.
So okay, I mean, and you could even take it a step further and say, okay, let's give it haste. So let's say you do tap Bridget for X amount of green mana. Then you go fetch the thing when you play the Formidable Speaker that you're going to be able to cast that you already have the extra mana for. You save 1, the Speaker's got haste, you tap it, and then you untap Bridget or your Cradle or whatever. And it's just this rinse and repeat that And then you've got Instill Energy. You've got all the untap effects, right? So you could do
all the classics. Yeah.
You could do all of these things and just
Shenanigans.
Big green stupid stuff. That's got my name written all over it.
I may or may not have a mono green storm deck. I feel you. Yep. I'm familiar with these kind of
I'm
lines.
right there with you. Yep, I'm right there with you.
Rocking that FA, you love it. Anyway, yeah, I'm a big fan. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. So,
I accidentally went infinite with that on turn 4 once. It was anyway ridiculous.
Stop.
Wirewood Symbiote's a hell of a drug, you guys. All right, anyway.
It absolutely is, especially when you can untap like a Cradle and you've got like 10 creatures on board, and
This is a crazy aside. I'm sorry.
Wirewood Symbiote. You What about Quirion Ranger?
Quirion Ranger, also fantastic.
Good. Yep.
Yeah. Just a fun aside, with Wirewood Symbiote, it says return an elf you control to its owner's hand to untap a creature, and you can activate only once. If you have a Masquerade Nexus down, you can bounce itself to untap a thing, and then replay it, and then just, It's so dumb, because it doesn't say another elf. So it doesn't, if it's an elf, you can bounce it, and then,
Sure can.
That and a mana positive dork, and you're having a great day. Anyway.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I randomly stumbled into that the other day.
What you thought of High Perfect Morkant?
Oh, High Perfect Morkant.
Oh. Feet picks.
I think a lot.
That's what Doni thinks.
A lot of people saw this card and found out they had a hoof thing, which I didn't realize was a thing, but here we are. So High Perfect Morkant is a 4/4 for 2 black-green elf noble. Whenever High Perfect Morkant or another elf you control enters, each opponent blights 1. Then you can tap 3 untapped elves you control to proliferate, but activate only as a sorcery.
Yeah.
How silly is this?
It's really good.
I mean, like, it's Golgari elves to the next level. Like, oh man, as much as I love elves,
Golgari elves has gotten really out of control.
This card is probably a mistake, but we're gonna run with it. We're gonna do the thing.
Gonna get banned from soft banned from most tables where it's just like I don't want to play against that card.
Yeah, I mean,
what if Toxtrol was an elf? I mean,
kinda, sure, because
I'm getting that vibe here, right?
You're proliferating, poison counters. Sure, you're gonna do that, and it's just tapping 3 untapped creatures with all of the other untapped stuff. Again, we're going back to Instill Energy and Revitalize, and even with just 8 or 9 elves, you could kill someone in a single turn with a couple of one mana spells.
And this is the most popular for Commander right now. This card. This
of course,
is the one everyone's building around. This is the one.
Toxic.
Yeah.
Well, and when you look at cards like, I don't know, like Vraska's Fall comes to mind. It was just like Each opponent sacrifices a creature, planeswalker, and gets a poison counter. Like, just here's one spell. All your opponents get one poison counter, and now let's just proliferate. And there are a bunch of these. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No, I think
that sounds unpleasant to play against. Yeah.
Infect is definitely back on the menu, people.
And then, so a slightly less offensive elf, Morkant's Loyalist. It's an uncommon. It's an elf lord, a 3/2 for 3 in Golgari colors. Other elves you control get +1/+1. And when this creature dies, return another target elf card from your graveyard to your hand.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's just a sweet elf card. There's so many like cool cards in here, and it has epic artwork, by the way. For those not watching, it is pretty cool. You should check out the card online.
I know if I were to walk into a Barnes and Noble and I saw that on an end cap, I'd be like, what's this about? Yep.
Yeah.
The paper cut version of this card is absolutely gorgeous.
Really?
The special treatment, yeah. The special treatment for this is beautiful.
Oh, heck yeah!
Look at that.
I gotta look it up. Hold on.
This is high fantasy art.
100%.
Oh, that is cool. I actually
really
love the
those
color
treatments.
in the normal.
Mm-hmm.
I think both are lovely.
Yeah.
No question.
Great. I've been really impressed with Evan Fong. All of that art.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
From that artist.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so we've got a few like less ridiculous elves.
But a rock solid role player in any elf deck.
Selfless Safe Right.
Which one?
Selfless Safe Right is a 5 mana 4/2 flash that can be convoked into play. And when this enters, choose a creature type. I'm assuming you're going to choose elves, but antelope is also an option. When this creature enters, choose a creature type. Other permanents you control of that type gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. So it was a nice wrath, as long as it wasn't Toxic Deluge or Exile. We're going to keep our elves on this board, but it's expensive and you got to convoke. And a lot of elves you're already tapped. So, I mean, I think it's a fair card for elves. So
Sure.
I just thought it was cute. Nice sort of alternative to Heroic Intervention, because it's an actual body that is an elf.
Yeah.
So
I like that they didn't just dedicate it to elf either. Like, you choose that creature type.
Oh yeah, you can play it in anything else too. Any other kindred or typal deck.
Yeah.
So that squirrel deck, all of a sudden, hey, that's an option.
Right?
Yep.
Or that
You just
world
convoke
warrior deck.
Elf helper.
I do love Convoke.
Yeah, well, and I mean, if you're in a deck like, like squirrels, or I don't know, if you're going old school sapperlings or any of that jazz, where you just, you end up with or plants, whatever the case may be, a lot of, having a lot of tokens that just entered the battlefield and therefore didn't attack last turn, to be able to pay the convoke cost on this, that seems very, I don't know, that seems like it would happen pretty frequently. So I think in plenty of decks, this thing's practically free. So
all the Convoke players are looking at the Vendor's Undercard. They're scratching their head like, we can make this work. We can make this work.
Oh yeah,
absolutely,
100%. Yeah. They just got a force of Heroic Intervention. Yeah, this seems pretty good. Yeah.
So now another black, but this one black blue. The fairies. The fairies. We got ourselves Bitter Blossom on a stick. The Bitter Blossom Bearer. And that is going right into my fairy deck.
As it should. Bitter Bloom Bear. 1/1 for double black with flash and flying, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you make another fairy. But you lose life to do so. Classic Bitter Blossom text.
Yeah. Shucks, I got a 1/1 flyer for a life.
Yep.
And it's a fairy, which, the more fairies I have, the better, and especially with evasion. The artwork is spectacular, thank goodness. And it's just a really, really it's a fairy.
You get to keep your mana open. It's just,
it does the thing.
Does all the things you want. Yeah.
Yes. And then Flitterwing Nuisance for my other fairy. I like this card. It's
this
nowhere
guy
near as powerful, obviously.
But I think this card is low-key really, really, really good. And I think people are sleeping on this thing, or will be sleeping on this thing, I suspect. I think this thing's nuts. Flittering Nuisance is a 2/2 flyer for a single blue. This creature enters with a -1/-1 counter on it, and you can pay 2 and a blue, remove a counter from this creature, and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker this turn, draw a card.
And you're going to just have your massive fairies throwing at people, and you're going to draw a million cards, and it's so super sweet. I love this.
I mean,
now I know there was a new like Glen Elendra card. I wasn't as excited about it. It's still fine. But it's no Glen Elendra Archmage. So, Glen Elendra Archmage. So I didn't bring it up. But Flittering, it does exist. I should like. I'd say it does exist. I don't remember what it does, but like I wasn't as excited about it as I was those,
Una is still out there, so you know,
fairies.
Una is still out there, and I think as far as like fairy commanders, that's probably one of the better ones. But yeah, Dimir Fairies is definitely on my radar. I don't normally play a lot of blue. Yeah, Tegwill's another one.
It's not bad. And Alila.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, Alila's always
good.
Gonna be,
love that one.
So those are fun ones.
I'm just excited to have all the typal synergies back. I'm happy to have cards that do things because I mean that's my joy in Commander is the typal synergies. Like, give me one creature type. I need that. I don't know. I need that common thing to build around. And so for me, I just go for creatures. That's my move. Nice. So I love these cards that say choose a creature. That's why I was so excited about that green card. I'm like, wait, choose a creature? Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
All these choose a creatures. Those are what makes me happy coming back, getting all that.
Now,
amazing.
There's so few Kithkins, by the way, but the one that I was really excited about that was, didn't actually say Kithkin, right? On it is the Kinscare Sentry. It's a 2 mana, 1 white, 2/2, first strike lifelink. That whenever it attacks, you can put a creature card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, where X is the number of attacking creatures you control.
I hadn't seen this yet.
Yes, Jen!
And for the record, it is a soldier, and it is going directly into Darien.
It is a soldier.
It's going into Darien. I don't care. I don't.
It can also go in that same wrist deck that the Bridget does.
Oh no, absolutely.
So, you can attack with all those tokens, and look, it's my Moonshaker Cavalry, or my Craterhoof Behemoth, or my other mass pump craziness coming down, already attacking, full free.
Absolutely.
This is a really cool card.
Isn't this a really cool card? This is so sweet. I was so excited about it. And it's the only, so there are other Kithkin that say, if you control other Kithkin, or if you do this and that. There just aren't as many Kithkin as you need to make a really nice commander. I mean, I'm sure somebody out there is going to make an amazing Kithkin deck. They aren't as exciting for me as most of the other Kindred types for building an actual EDH deck. Maybe, standard, of course, you've had some Thought-Weft Duo and all the cool just value cards in Kithkin, but there weren't a lot of typal or Kindred synergies that I would really want to play for commanders. But this card is just really fun and goes in a lot of things. So I was pretty happy to see that one. That one made me very excited.
That is very. And how I missed that one.
Oh, it was so good! I'm so excited for you to run it in your decks. This is gonna be great.
That's amazing.
Isn't that wonderful?
This thing is so silly. I mean, 2/2 first strike and lifelink for 2 is all that.
It's already broken.
Yes.
There was a time when that's what we paid for that.
I was your age. This was a good card.
Power creep, you guys. It's wild.
Yeah, back in the day, this would have been 2 white and 3 other for a 2/2 with first strike and lifelink. I mean, come on.
One of those.
Well, no, look at Thought-Weft Duo. Bring up Thought-Weft Duo if you could, Ham. Thank you so much. Sorry for the trouble.
No, you're good. Thought-Weft Duo?
Is that
All
no?
right.
Wait, is it that or is it? Yeah. Let's see. No, not Thoughtweft Duo. It's
The Lieutenant?
Knight of Meadowgreen. Sorry, Knight of Meadowgreen.
Oh yeah, you see, I know that card.
Yeah. So Knight of Meadowgreen is a 2-white, 2/2 first strike lifelink.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
and this is double white.
White Knight, which was just a 2-mana 2/2 lifelink.
And this was just a role player Kithkin that was rock solid.
Protection from black.
Absolutely.
So it was
And
just,
it
and you
took
didn't really
2 white
care
to do
about
that.
protection from black in a bigger, wider, broader meta. So it was just, yeah. So now we have this for 1 and a white, and then it does stupid things. Now, of course, the other one was an uncommon, and this is a rare, but like I feel like this is probably bonkers, mythic bullshit. So.
Kind of, yeah.
Yep.
Agreed. No,
Don't
I'd agree.
disagree.
Because so you're talking about this going into like soldiers and going into like any white go wide deck, but also like Ishin, like caring about attack triggers. Like let's just go ahead and double dip on
Triggers
that. Why
twice,
not?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Absolutely.
the amount of mana this 1/2 drop can cheat onto the field in a proactive like creature based deck. This value is stupid.
I'm so excited.
I mean, it's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna play it too. Like I'm a firm believer. Like. I don't mind. I have a massive double standard, by the way. When the board wipes and answers are stupid, I get frustrated. When the proactive cards like this are stupid, I look at it and go, man, this is stupid, but it's going to be fun. So, I do it anyway.
So I only have 6 more cards, and I'll try to go through them really quickly, and then I want to go like the like actual commander stuff. We'll leave that to Jen and Doni. But so just in terms of 2 cards that are just really cool to reward you for being Typal or Kindred. We have in the blue, we have the sort of there was a dreams. It started with a D. I forget what the actual card was. I'm sure I'm gonna get. It's 4 and a blue, but basically you draw cards equal to the number of creatures you control that share a type. It's like, but Harmonized Crescendo is the same thing. For 6, 4 and 2 blue, but it has Convoke. You choose a creature type, draw a card for each permanent you control of that type. Oh, it's Memories, Distant Memories or something like that? What is it?
Melodies?
Melodies, yeah.
I think I know which one you're talking about, yeah. It's like
Distant Melody. That's probably it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Distant Melody is 4 mana, not 5, so it's 3 and a blue. But it's a sorcery speed, choose a creature type, draw a card for each permanent you control of that type, and it's great for fairies. But also other things. Any sort of Kindred deck kind of wants it. But this one actually allows you to cast it more cheaply at instant speed because it does have it's 6, but like you can convoke it, and you can do it at end of turn, so it's less likely to be interacted with than the sorcery. It is super cool. So let's draw all the things, and then also let's pump all the things with Chronicle of Victory. So it costs 1 more than Coat of Arms, and it's only +2/+2, but it gives first strike and trample to all creatures you control of the chosen type, and whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, draw a card.
Oh, yes.
So actually, sorry, it's more comparable to like Vanquisher's Banner, I think. Vanquisher's Banner is 5 mana, gave things +1/+1, and then whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, draw a card. But this one's +2/+2 and first strike and trample because reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
So I do think the 5 mana versus the 6 mana is very relevant when you're drawing cards for playing the creatures. But the mass pump there is just really crazy for coming down and just doing that. And the art is spectacular.
It is. It really is. Yep.
It's
I love
so
that card as soon as I
beautiful.
saw it.
So those are the 2 like big ones that really just, help you do, stuff with your Kindred and Typal decks. Just generically, obviously one of them is colorless, so you can run it in any of these, but the other one is blue, and that is always a fun time to draw cards in blue, because blue has such a hard time doing that.
Such a struggle.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
The eternal struggle of blue to draw cards. Now,
although I have a sneaking suspicion most blue mages will tell you that they don't draw enough cards just in general, because it's
yeah, but that's because
no matter
they're
what.
Also
That's an addiction. Okay.
Exactly.
That's what.
Oh yeah.
I do want to point out the one thing that kind of snuck in there that is a very popular kindred/typal type thing, Spinerock Tyrant. It's the dragon of the set. It is a 5-mana 6/6 flyer with Wither. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell with a single target, you may copy it. If you do, those spells gain Wither. You may choose new targets for the copy. So it's going to double all of your removal spells, for the most part. And it is going to make your burn increase to at least, even if you cannot kill a creature, you can make it tiny.
Indeed.
So,
which is pretty notable.
That is pretty gross.
I mean, Lightning Bolt being able to give a creature -6/-6, like,
not a huge feature.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm putting it in a spells deck.
As you should.
You don't say.
It doesn't necessarily go in my dragons decks, although like those are still fine. Like I think they're more powerful dragons that you can run in the 5-drop slot. However, I think in a spells deck, a dedicated spells deck, a Grixis spell deck, you're going to be super happy with this card.
Oh, yeah.
And even in a in an Izzet deck, you could definitely justify it.
Maybe in a crime
maybe girl dragons might do this. I'm not sure. But yeah, so it just sort of stuck out to me as a random thing. So before I get to the final card, I wanted to talk about my jank deck. My jank deck that got new pieces. So I have a all the things deck. It was inspired by Command Zoe's Waiter One of Everything Please. And it is a Morophon Changeling deck. It was made well before they came out with Wizards. Wizards actually came out with a Morophon deck of its own that it sold for like $150 or $200 or whatever it was.
Too much.
And mine's better because I have some really key tech in it that is freaking awesome. And they probably just didn't want to include this. So among other things, my deck acknowledges that. So basically, with this type of deck, what you're doing is you're running a bunch of changelings because they are all creature types, and then you're picking your favorite lords that make all your things do stuff. So basically, if you run Voja in these, all of your creatures are elves and all of your creatures are wolves. So it is really, all of your changelings, right? So. It is pretty dumb. Now, I run all sorts of other things in it, but one of the things that they kind of missed at... so I also run like the one that gives horsemanship to all your knights.
The one from that pre-con.
Yeah. It's a Free Kingdoms card originally, I think it was. It's so good. But one of the other things that they missed is that these are also all orc armies.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is the only one I run Orcish Bowmasters in. But it's also the only run I want to run a March from the Black Gate, which pumps +1/+1 whenever I attack with a changeling. And I run widespread destruction or something else there. It's a wrath that amasses and then does damage equal to the amassed thing. So again, they're all orc armies. So I can destroy everyone else's things but mine.
That is
widespread brutality. Is that what it was? Hold on. It's a War of the Spartans, I think.
Yep. Yeah, it's one of the amass zombie ones. But yes, amass 2, then the army you amass deals damage equal to its power to each non-army creature. Yep.
Yes, that's the one.
Each non-army creature and all of your guys are armies, so they're not getting touched. So if you target a death touch creature with this, you sweep everybody but you.
Yes.
So dumb.
It's ridiculous.
Wizards really didn't consider that.
I love it.
I also run the I'm going to steal all the things that I have more of than everybody else from Onslaught. It's so much fun.
Peer pressure?
Oh, sorry.
Peer pressure?
Pressure.
I love peer pressure. Yep. Yeah. My very first Oathbreaker deck I ever made, this was a signature spell.
Creatures of that type than any other player, you gain control of all creatures of that type. And since I usually have more of some, I can just steal all the things.
Yep.
So, but yeah, there's some really cool tech in my deck for that. But I'm getting new changelings.
Yes.
And specifically, I am getting Mutable Explorer is the one I'm most excited about. First off, because the art, it just makes me happy, like unreasonably happy.
It's got cute little toes.
It's a 3-mana 1/1 changeling shapeshifter, so 2 and a green. When this creature enters, create a tapped Mutavault token, so it ramps me.
That's right.
And it adds a Mutavault. Like it adds a Mutavault to the board, which can become another changeling.
Yep. Pretty good.
And it's so adorable. I can't even.
I love the changeling.
It is so good.
The artists they chose for those cards in this set are just chef's kiss.
And they brought old artists back, which is even better.
Yeah.
Yes, Margaret Organ Keene hasn't illustrated a card since like Mirage. And they brought her back. She did a Kithkin, an uncommon Kithkin, and another card. It's just amazing. But it's just so cool. And Ron Spencer did do something in Commander Masters recently, but like that was the last he'd been illustrating, and then he's done some cards for this. And there's just some amazing artists returning to Magic that I'm so glad that they're bringing back. But Margaret Organ Keene was like the big like whoa for me. I was so excited about that. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Margaret Organ Keene's art, the one you'll most be familiar with is Lion's Eye Diamond.
Yep.
So an iconic card, among others. She did Autumn Willow. She did all sorts of things. A ton of stuff from Homelands and some Tempest and some Mirage, and like I think Tempest was after Mirage. So actually, the last one she did illustrators from Tempest, I think. But Tempest it's just oh gosh, these artists coming back. But speaking of the art on the changelings, the art on the there's the Sig's Command for
Sig's Command is Margaret Organ Keene. Margaret Organ Keene. Yeah, gorgeous.
They have some new commands, definitely those, and you should talk about that too. But this Mutable Explorer, right? So the old art for the changelings from the old set had this sort of humanoid head with reptilian eyes from Lorwyn. And the new ones are just much cuter. And I kind of like that. They were a little bit like, those are pretty ugly.
The last one had like gray alien vibes to them, and these definitely don't. These are much more like story, fairy tale gnome kind of a vibe.
Kind of like running them a little bit more, but this Mutable Explorer, and there's one more. There's the one that I cannot look at without cracking up, so I'm not gonna bring it up from my side. So it's really small on the screen, so I'm not gonna. I like died laughing for like 5 minutes when I first saw it last night.
I need to know.
I died laughing for 5 minutes, and I couldn't look at it without bursting into like hysterics. It's a white uncommon. It's called Flock Imposter.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And I was just in conniptions over it because it's like I'm one of you. I'm nobody would notice. It's like what I
hello fellow birds
into a crowd. It's just like
Don't be
humongous
suspicious.
never know that I'm not one of you.
As soon as I saw this, I reached out to Googly, and I was like, "You need to do the thing." And then Sam turned around and just replied, and he put googly eyes on everything except for that one, and it was absolutely perfect.
That's perfect.
It was absolutely perfect.
It is perfect already. It's so derp. It is so derp. It makes me so happy. So it's basically for those who aren't here, it's a 2 and a white. It's for a 2/2. It's changeling flash flying, and you can rescue a creature. It's very similar to a Griff that was printed in like Midnight Hunt or something like that. But it's a shapeshifter, so it can save another creature from a removal spell, or you can get an ETB again. And it's just really nice as a trick. In general, it's not super powerful, but the art alone makes it worth running in whatever you want to run it in. And so the art is a flock of birds, sort of emu-like, birds, and then there's this really derpy blue bird-like thing in the middle that's just, and its expression is so like, ha like I am here.
Like you just expect it,
that I'm
and it's almost like it's looking straight at the camera. Like it's like you're expected to wink, be like, shh, don't tell him.
Exactly.
Yes. It is definitely breaking the fourth wall.
Yes,
a la Deadpool, but derp.
Right.
Dirt pool. Hey, I'm here for it.
I couldn't handle it last night. I just couldn't handle it. I had to So the thing is, I would be scrolling back and forth to show, different synergies between cards when we were doing the limited set first look, and I would be scrolling by it just like for a second, seeing it and dying. Like it was so bad. I was like, I cannot. I had to put my hand over the screen.
That's perfect.
I was just dying. It was so. There were a few things that bring me as much joy as this little derp. But the final card I want to talk about. Oh God, I'm looking at it. Okay. Anyway, the final card I want to talk about that I'm sure everybody's talking about is Meek Attack.
Yes.
I'm
actually I'm kind of disappointed I haven't brought this one up yet. Yeah, this thing.
So this is 3 mana, 2 and a red, and it's an enchantment. For 1 and a red, so you can activate it as many times as you can pay for it. You may put a creature card with total power and toughness 5 or less from your hand onto the battlefield. That creature gains haste. At the beginning of the next end step, sacrifice that creature. So obviously it's looking at Sneak Attack, which is 4 mana, and costs less to activate, and it doesn't have any restrictions on power or toughness, which Sneak Attack is obviously going to be better for most decks and Commander. But when you consider that World Sire, I think it was like
Famished World Sire, Famished World Sire from Edge of Eternity is one that a lot of people are talking about because the 0/0 in hand and and on the stack or whatever. So it's an 8-drop with Devour Land 3, and so you drop this in, it eats all your lands, it becomes gigantic, you punch for the win. Basically, is the idea. And this could theoretically ramp you as well because of its ETB.
Even if you're not punching for the win, even if you're not punching for the win, though, you actually get to thin your deck of a ton of lands.
It's a significant amount. Yeah, and you put a bunch of lands in your graveyard if that's relevant for you as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And Zagana also exists. Prime Speaker Zagana.
Yep. Well, and these, and right now, I feel like it's worth noting. You're absolutely right. All of these interactions are being discussed and are excellent points. Yeah, and Prime Speaker Zagana is another one it's a 6-drop that is a 1/1, but it enters with counters based on the greatest power, and then you draw cards equal to its power. Bonkers, insanely powerful. The reason that these are being discussed so much on socials and whatnot right now is because both of these cards are legal in Standard, alongside Meek Attack, and so literally in Standard you could build that deck, which is bonkers.
Yes. So you can build this lovely little crazy deck.
Well, and when you think about
very little effort, it looks like.
Yeah.
But again,
and so, but
Commander players, this is going to be a little bit less relevant. However, you redundant than Sneak Attack itself. But redundancy is nice. I just wanted to point that out. So anyway,
absolutely,
and the fact that you can put them into play and avoid counter magic is huge. So
that's massive.
Everything I want to say, I know I've talked a lot, but I was so excited about it. I did all the things. I'm good. I'm done. I want to hear everybody else.
When it comes to Meek Attack, though, like we look at Famished World Sire and we look at Zagana. There's also Threefold Thunderhulk is another example. Like, but how many cards in Magic's history are there that have really low stat lines in hand, but gigantic impact when they hit the battlefield? Like, Commander players have access to all of those. Now, how in the world are we going to get Meek Attack down consistently, and what other kind of synergies do you put around it? I'm not 100% sure yet, but I don't know about you guys, but my brewer brain kind of has me thinking here.
You can tutor for it.
We can.
Sun Titan's a 5/5.
Sun Titan?
Sun Titan is a 5/5. So
its total power toughness is 10 though. It adds them both.
Okay, never mind. So you're looking for 2 3s, 3 2s, 1 4s.
But Hornet Queen is a 2/2 that pumps out 4 1/1s.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of things that poop out other stuff for very expensive that have very low power toughnesses themselves. But you can also do
every Izona, I think.
Combat Celebrant.
Yeah.
Combat Celebrant, for example, 4/1. You can pump out some things that will, give you extra combat phases and things like that. Not that that one's only but the thing is that gives it haste, which is the key part here. So Combat Celebrant itself does not have haste, and it's only 3 mana. So normally you could just do it, but getting to haste that out is a really nice.
Could be
bonus.
big.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, this card kind of rules. Yeah,
My
and so
brain
it's
just
funny.
does not operate this way. This is fascinating.
Oh, whenever you're doing cheaty stuff, I love doing cheaty stuff, and so whether or not you key off power toughness or whether you key off mana value. Depending, you can cheat either way depending on whatever you're looking at. And so in this case, looking at power toughness is really fun. Also, like all the Arcbound creatures from back in the day are all 0/0s that enter with counters. You have like Triskelion, you know, they're all kinds of the amount of possibilities here. I love it. Endless possibilities.
Well, endless possibilities.
This also would work in decks.
That's not going to be banned. It's fine.
Right. This also works in decks that are leveraging like Alesha. You know, like Alesha, who smiles at death, is a classic Mardu commander who wants to be able to reanimate things that have low power. So basically, if you look over, like if you go to EDH Rec right now and look at Alesha, who smiles at death, you're going to see a ton of powerful creatures that are probably Mikatek eligible. So
or like Terra, the new Final Fantasy commander that puts stuff in the graveyard and then also reanimates things with 3 power, which you could probably get or less. So that's, 100%. There's so many things that card can do. It's really dumb. I don't like it.
Really silly.
Make it stop.
Yeah, Terra Herald of Hope being the one you're referring to there. Yeah, excellent. Oh, I love it. Yeah.
It's good.
Mikatek rules.
Jeez.
Those were all the cards that excited me the most. I'm sure there are other cards that were like, I limited myself, but didn't limit myself. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
You had great choices.
Right?
And I am super excited for that Kithkin.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
No,
absolutely.
That I missed and that I love.
Like I love soldiers.
I can't wait to see what you do with it.
I've had
I can't wait to figure that out, but I know I want it in something.
I've been playing Darien for like 4 or 5 years now, and like being it's gonna I'm very excited for that one.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be so sweet.
That's good.
But was there anything I missed from like the actual new commander cards that we're getting?
Oh my goodness.
I only did main set.
Yeah. Are there any cards that you guys are especially excited for that we haven't talked about?
Doni. So let Doni talk about the stuff from the commander. Honestly, for me, the commander decks, I don't know. I'm not that excited about them.
I've got one commander specific card that it needs to be talked about, and that's the oft-nabbed goat.
Okay.
If you're not familiar with the oft-nabbed goat, it's a 0/5.
I'm there for it.
You pay 1 to draw a card, gain control of this creature, and put a -1/-1 counter on it. Only your opponents may activate this ability, and only as a sorcery. When this creature dies, if it had 1 or more counters on it, its owner draws that many cards, and each other player loses that much life. I love cards that force my opponents to make bad decisions. I absolutely love that.
That is a fun one. Yeah.
And this is it's the art does it for me. Because this goat has had it. This goat it's done. It doesn't want to play anymore, and it's just gonna start punching people. And that energy, I just love the energy of this card. Everything about this card is it's beautiful, and it's perfectly Lorwyn. Right?
Also, if you play it, you get to call yourself a goat lover, so that works.
Why not?
And it's just.
Thank you for bringing this up. This is everything I love, like in Magic. This is so silly, and like I love the idea that like everybody gets to like get some kind of benefit from it and pass it around, but you want to be the one holding the hot potato is so weird. And so trying to time it where it's like, oh, do I activate it on my turn? Because maybe if like they don't, maybe I'll be able to get it the next go around or whatever. Meanwhile, you just run it in a deck that has access to like, well, you run it in like Morcant or whatever that can proliferate it. So you steal it on your turn, proliferate it up, and just blast everybody.
Exactly.
And watching the table try to like navigate that would be hilarious. And I'm so here for this. And that's how many people would just be like, whatever, I'm just gonna draw my 1 card. You guys go nuts. Like, whatever.
I just want to build an entire deck full of these things like pumpkin bombs and old oft-nabbed goat and like all the things.
Pumpkin bombs is
absolutely
good. Yep.
Going like Kane, the Traitorous Dragoon. What other things can we like pass around?
Everything just passes around, do the things.
you've got Xancha, you've got like all of the weird stuff that you give your opponent, and there's a downside, but at the same time, like everybody can kind of play around it, and
the upside is everyone has fun.
Exactly. That's the thing.
And
that's
just
the thing.
This grand old goat napping time.
Who's the poor guy who uses a piece of removal on the oft-nabbed goat? Like, who's going down a card to do that?
Right, exactly. Wait a minute. There's no counters on it. Let's kill it now.
Well, but as somebody who often runs like sacrifice decks, like, all right, sick, let's do this. Like, I'll take it.
And I like the fact that you can blight it. Like you can.
Yes.
It's so it lends us even before it goes away. You can cause problems with it. So yeah. For 2 mana,
I do sense that you like to be the one that causes problems.
I've been known to cause a few. Sure. I've been known to cause a few.
For those of you who are just listening,
I can live up to that.
He's good at that.
But yeah, I mean, like, there's a ton of good stuff in the Commander stuff. We got a lot of great reprints.
Really good reprints, actually. Yeah.
The fact that we're getting Shocklands again.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there are cards like Necro Skitter that are getting reprinted for the first time in a long time. Like that's a big deal. And like I feel like there's the -1/-1 counter, like Wither or Infect style decks have been a thing. Like a lot of Amonkhet cards cared about that, and there have been a number of examples. And that's an archetype that's getting a lot of love in this set, and they realized it, and they're reprinting some of the staples in those Commander decks into these precons, which I think is great. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, people have been talking about the Scorpion God, right? People were speculating on that one, and it's being reprinted. Lots of that. Yeah. Really good reprints.
And I also let's talk about something that's, like, near and dear to my heart. That's Scarecrows.
Scarecrows. Oh my god. I cannot.
The Reaper King is in that Changeling deck because all of them are Scarecrows, and you can exile and anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Reaper King no more. Reaper King no more.
Every time you play Changeling, you can destroy something.
And
good.
And the thing that I love
the Reaper King has been deposed. Yep.
Looks like.
Yeah. The thing that I love the most about this card is that it allows you to build colorless Scarecrows.
Yeah.
You can build a deck that's colorless in Commander.
Tell us about the card for those.
Okay, so
the Reaper King no more. Yeah.
Yep. Artifact creature Scarecrow. Go ahead, Ham.
Okay, so it's a 3/3 for Jund Tubrid. Now, what the heck does that mean? It means you can either pay 2 colorless or a black, 2 colorless or a red, 2 colorless or a green. Some people call it the hybrid where 2 colorless is one of the options. Anyway, when the Reaper enters, you put a -1/-1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Now, this isn't blighting. You can target your opponent's things. We love that. Whenever a creature an opponent controls with a -1/-1 counter on it dies, you may put that card onto the battlefield under your control. Do this only once each turn. So it's kind of like a Necro Skitter that can be in your command zone, but slightly weaker, but in the zone. Yeah. So anyway, Donnie, as you were. So what are your thoughts on this thing?
I have a Renmaw deck, and I thoroughly enjoy just playing dumb Scarecrows, triggering Renmaw, making a bunch of birds, and just there's a flock of birds going around the table every turn. It's so much fun. And then you throw Coat of Arms into the mix, and then everybody just kind of loses their mind because now they've got eight birds flying around that have to swing. And I'm just the fact that it's black, red, green. So sure, that gives you all of your like Renmaw obviously goes in the deck. Renmaw is a Scarecrow. We're gonna do that.
Sure.
And then all of the Scarecrows that trigger Renmaw, and all of it's just there's so much synergy there, and I just. The original Reaper King it can be really oppressive to play against because it's one of those cards that you see it and you know the kind of time that you're in for when you see it across the table from you. But I think the new one, I think it's great how they advance the timeline and what's what's this character doing now, right? This is post the war with Phyrexia, and some of these characters have come back, like Doran's the other one.
Oh, we haven't talked about Doran yet.
I love Doran. The new Doran is amazing.
Doran besieged by time. Yes. So, did we have any other thoughts on Reaper, or do we want to dive right into Doran?
What was the Reaper's power toughness, by the way? I don't think we announced that.
It was 3/3.
3/3, got it.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a little bit smaller than Renma, but the fact that it opens you up to 3 colors, and it gives you a lot more payoffs. Like, you could go mostly colorless and just with a few key colored spells that like get you there over the hump.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, the fact that it's literally 6 colorless, I mean, you could do that. You could absolutely do that.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, I like the design of this thing. It's pretty fun. And it also cares about -1/-1 counters. We see so much so much synergy with that nowadays. Well, and this is also, the face commander of one of the precons. So, if you're interested in trying this out, there's one right out of the box to get you started that has a lot of those utility pieces in it. So, yeah. Good stuff. Okay. Everybody's favorite tree folk. Doran. Doran, besieged by time. He's here. If you're not familiar with Doran the Siege Tower was like the very first Toughness Matters legend like ever printed. It was like the archetype for every Arcades player, every Felithar player. We owe it all to Doran. All right, we do. Trailblazer, really. So we have a new one, and because he's a tree folk, so he didn't go anywhere. Of course, he's just still chilling. And Doran, besieged by time, is that it's a 0/5 for 1 white, black, green. Each creature spell you cast with toughness greater than its power costs a 1 less to cast. Okay, that's a nice little bonus. And whenever a creature you control attacks or blocks, it gets +X till end of turn, where X is the difference between its power and toughness. So we've seen your creatures with defender can attack and they deal damage based on their toughness. Like, we've seen that kind of that set up a number of times, and it's fun. We all like it. This is a new way to do that, Yep. Because if you have your turtle duck, which is an 0/4 for 1, if you attack with that thing, this gets +X, so it becomes a 4/8. Now in the case of turtle duck, you could also pump mine into it and pump it, but whatever. Let's not even worry about that. So it attacks and it becomes a 4/8. Now if you have the other ability, like original Doran, where it's dealing damage based on its toughness, is now hitting for 8 because those abilities stack.
Yeah, the butt stack with the new recent Felithar and Baitor deck.
Oh my goodness, it's so good.
It's just gotten so many tools for the junk or Abzan for this particular thing. Obviously, you have the other deck, the banned version with Arcades, but this one, there's 2 versions now. There's Arcades and Walls and like Defenders and stuff, and then there's also the Doran deck and Felithar and Baitor. And so now this is another nice trick to be able to do even more damage with your butts.
Yeah.
Yep.
So any kind of Abzan butt fighting deck, like if you have an OG Doran deck, or if you have a Felithar deck,
Abzan butt fighting is now an archetype.
It is
the whole thing.
The sport of the year.
Indeed.
I mean, tell me, what else would Felithar the Steadfast be? Honestly, if not Abzan butt fighting.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Fair.
I really want someone to do an altar where the butt of Felithar is just magnificent,
just super cheeked out. Yeah, that would be really fun. Yep. I'm sure it's out there. It's got to be. Yeah.
It's got to be.
Gosh, I think Amy did Amazonian did a Baitor with the butts clapping.
Yes.
She did. It was so epic.
That's right.
It was
I forgot about that.
Probably not safe for us to pull up.
Oh, absolutely not. But it was lovely. You should go.
You should go find it online.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely.
Trust us.
And the thing that I like most about this design
We're professionals.
is caring about the difference. Like, there are plenty of cards that benefit you for having a large toughness, and toughness greater than its power. Like, how many times we see 5/7s or 6/8s or whatever? And okay, those cards are fine and all. And those do go in those Felithar big toughness decks, but I love the idea of getting a specific bonus if it has lower power. So your Doomweaver that's a 1/8. All of a sudden, that stat line is all of a sudden better, you know, because this Doran is in the mix. I love that. Also, your Walls of Bossing Say, you know, it's a 0-30.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's get 60 toughness, because sure, that's... Anyway.
And then you throw it at somebody, but, you know.
Yeah. Well, of course. That's what you do. Yeah, so I think this is like a very clever way to have another like toughness matter thing that behaves differently but is compatible and like stacks with everything else you're already doing. Yeah, I think this is super fun. I love it. That's Doran. We all love Doran.
It's nice because it is so different. I do. I really appreciate that as well. So
the flavor text on that card says everything that we need to know that has happened to the tree folk post-war. Like each year that passes rots you with scars. Shelter your heart, for the world is cruel.
Oh, and that's an homage. So Doran the Siege Tower has a very similar text. Actually, that's really heartbreaking to read it that way, because the original Doran, which it would be nice if I could spell it, Doran the Siege Tower, its flavor text: each year that passes rings you inwardly with memory and might. Wield your heart and the world will tremble. And so it's a very young, youthful, hopeful message. And so to see the old cynical Doran saying basically the exact opposite in his flavor text.
Get off my lawn.
It's like, yeah, no, time sucks. Life, like the world's awful. Just go do your thing, I guess. Like, just don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oof, man.
Just put those two cards side by side. That is wild.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and Doran Besieged by Time is coming out in 2026, and Doran the Siege Tower was originally printed in 2007. So let's just take that for what it's worth. I mean, like, yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
Like 20 years, 20 of our years have gone. We don't know what time's like in.
Not like. No.
We don't need to go any.
Entirely unnecessary.
Being more cynical after so many years. It makes sense. Anyway, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
I think a lot of us were more hopeful back then. So I feel you, Doran.
No need to be talking about how long ago Lorwyn was. It was yesterday.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
Yeah. No, friggin' Doran, Besieged by Time. I love this card on so many levels.
Thank you. I feel exactly like Doran. Thanks.
I know. All of those magic old heads are like, right there with you, bud. Oh my goodness.
Thanks.
Yeah, Tree Folk has always been like a really cool creature type, though. So I'm glad that they like breathed new life into some of the old characters that everyone's really, really familiar with, and I think that's going to go a long way with helping this set be as big as we expect it to be.
Absolutely. Well, and when it comes to Tree Folk, there are a couple of other really neat Tree Folk in this set. There are actually so many like sick cards we haven't touched on yet. But when it comes to Tree Folk specifically, Sapling Nursery. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Yes. Look at the alt art.
Oh yeah, no, we will. It's an enchantment for 6 green with affinity for forests. This, I believe, is the second card ever printed with affinity for forests, and Tangle Golem from Darksteel was garbage, so we can forget about that one. This is landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 3/4 green merfolk tree. Merfolk tree folk. The other folk.
Tree folk.
Green one. Green tree folk creature token with reach. And you can pay 1 green to exile this enchantment to give tree folk and forest you control indestructible till end of turn. So it's just landfall, make a tree? Like
Nissa has entered the chat.
Right?
People.
Yeah.
Nissa this is going right into my Nissa Oathbreaker deck. It's exactly where it belongs. And the fact that it's going to it's already doing the thing that I want to do with the deck. Plus, it's giving them an additional, that redundancy for indestructible. And I cannot wait to win with a full board like 30 forests swinging. It's just going to happen.
That's so silly. I love it. Yeah, as lands are entering, you're making dudes. It's going to be dirt cheap if you get it late in the game. I mean, and when you're looking at any kind of affinity card like this, you really just ask yourself, okay, how often am I going to have these? So if you're in a mono green situation, you're going to have a lot of forests. Like, you'll get that pretty quickly. Sure. And is this worth playing if you don't have it reduced all the way down to 2? I think probably. Yeah, like if you have 4 forests down, you can pay full price and just have it. Like, you can tap out on turn 4 and just play this. And now all of a sudden, you're just going to be making a 3/4 with reach for every land drop you make for the rest of the game. And then have a heroic intervention in your back pocket. That seems fantastic.
There's no downside.
There's no way a green player is only going to have 4 forests on turn 4.
Right. Okay, no, you're right. You're right. I'm over here thinking they're... No, okay, you're right. So by turn 3, you're paying... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, you're right.
That's if they get to keep it. If I see that card in play, they're not going to keep it.
This is a removal target, 100%.
Oh, yeah, no.
Absolutely.
This card is going to draw so much removal, but it's going to be worth it every time. Yeah. It's going to be worth it, absolutely every time.
Jeez. Card is wild.
Pretty nutty. I'm a fan. Yeah, there are a couple other, like, just banana value engines. There's another one. We haven't talked about the giants in this set at all, but there are a couple of really interesting giants that I think are going to be cool.
So there's the follow-up to Brian Stoutarm that doesn't actually sacrifice the creatures, but is going to fling the hell out of those goats. They're in for a time.
Yeah.
Sorry, the sheep that were in her arms, you're like, oh, that's so cute. She's cradling them until you realize that she's about to throw them at something.
Right.
They're going to be hurtling through the air at like 50 miles an hour in like a few seconds.
This is just going to be
in for a good time.
Scattershot sheep, go. Yeah. Bree of Clan Stoutarm is the card we're talking about. It's a 4/4 for 2 red white. So clearly related to Brian Stoutarm, the classic. 1 and a white tap. Another target creature you control gains flying and lifelink till end of turn, which we know what that means flavorfully. And at the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. If the spell's mana value is less than or equal to the amount of life you gained this turn, otherwise you put it in your hand. So if you gain life, you get to draw a card at the very, very least. And potentially free cast stuff if you're gaining lots of life, which, if you have a big thing that you're attacking with. And I can appreciate that this version of the fling effect is flying and lifelink, and you don't have to sacrifice it necessarily, where we've seen other versions that are a bit more aggressive in that and in their costs. So yeah.
I'm just loving like the lifelink synergy. Like I throw a sheep and I gain life, and that poor sheep just like explodes against something. Like I throw a sheep and prevent myself from losing life because I throw it at whatever's attacking me, but I gain some life in the process. Because how does this?
Flavorfully, I'm not 100% sure how the lifelink works, but
good for me. I gain life off this. Maybe she just gets really happy because the sheep are like.
Maybe.
Flung.
It brings her so much joy. She's revitalized when she gets to hurl things. Yeah, exactly.
Like the flavor is just a little bit wonky. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like the sheep are just like, and she's like, yes.
Meanwhile,
great.
When you look at Brian Stoutarm, the OG, it has lifelink, and you can pay 1 tap, sacrifice another creature, and Brian deals damage equal to that creature's power. So it's like flinging at him, but he's also gaining life for having done so. Yeah. So it's similar mechanically. They're definitely on point, but
that just gets off on sadistic behavior.
They really do. Yeah, there's something about it. It brings them so much joy. Yeah,
I like the idea of playing him in the same deck, and then off of Bree's ability, you get like a Phyrexian Dreadnought, and then you use Brian to throw it at your opponent
immediately. Heck yeah!
Just that tickles in all the right places. 100%.
That's pretty great. My places are also getting tickled at that idea, so thank you for that one, Doni.
You're welcome.
Heck yeah!
Unfortunately, this wouldn't quite work in just a Boros deck, but if you could do Naya. You could run a Toxon worm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because that's the other 15 or 16 thing. Because you can't run Emrakul, but you can do that. You run World Spide Worm.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I mean, you can even do like
costers.
Impervious Great Worm.
Yep.
You know, I mean,
Autochthon, I think is
Oh my goodness.
Is Autochthon 15? I think Autochthon's 15.
Oh, yeah, Autochthon Worm, yes.
Yeah, Great Worm's only 10, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, yeah. Autochthon or Autochon or however the heck you pronounce that. Yeah. One of the classic just big dumb beaters from back in the day.
That's a word that actually has a meaning. Did you know that?
Oh, it does? That wasn't a made-up fantasy word? I did not know that.
No, Autochthon is actually a word. So
And what does it mean?
So there's a lot of words in Magic that don't appear first to have any meaning. But so like riparian tiger. Riparian is of or having to do with a river. And autochthonous, right, or autochthon here, right, is like of or relating to a specific area, like indigenous or native.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That rules actually.
But like basically like originating in that area, like in that particular place. So
you do realize we need to make a YouTube series about this, right? Like
yes.
I'm doing
Absolutely.
it. I'm already doing
okay.
it.
Okay,
Awesome.
excellent.
I'm already doing it. It's so
Perfect.
exciting. But
Excellent. I was about to say, like, if that video
needs
needs
my educational series.
I love that.
That's
These are
really
not magic words.
cool.
Like, I love
As
it.
a
These are
word
actually,
nerd,
although they feel fantastical, they feel cool, they are in fact actually real words that were purposed for magic.
I love that.
So cool.
Oh my
That's
goodness,
great. I love
that's
that.
fantastic. Neat,
That's
thank
really
you. That was
neat.
really interesting. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, an Autothon Worm is a 9/14 with Convoke and Trample that costs 10 generic, 3 green, and 2 white, which is one of the gumpiest costs
15,
out there.
there
It's
you
so
go.
silly.
Throw it at them.
If you just need something huge, here you go. Yep.
Yeet.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeet.
Yeet the worm.
Also, toughness higher
Better
than
than
its power. Just saying. Yep.
Yeah, you're
True.
toughness higher than its power. You're not wrong.
Can you imagine Brian just sort of like hefting that?
Uh-huh.
I just want stout arms. I gotta say.
Stout arm. That's a really stout arm, not gonna lie. Okay,
Oh, my
sorry, I'm
goodness.
getting punchy.
You're good. No worries.
No, that was great.
It's funny. The other giant that I wanted to talk about was Aurora Awakener, just because it's just gigantic green dumb value, and it makes me happy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't actually think this is going to be that great in Commander, but I'm going to try to play this in Standard because I'm an idiot. It is it's a 7/7 for 7 with Trample, so you know it's good. Giant Druid with Vivid, which is another keyword, and when this creature enters, you reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X permanent cards, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. Put any number of those permanent cards onto the battlefield, then put the rest of the reveal cards on the bottom in a random order. So my plan is to use Smuggler Surprise to cheat in this and a Progenitus and get 5 free things.
Oh, geez.
That's my
Yeah.
plan.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I don't know what y'all are doing with it, but we've also people have also talked about using this with the Leyline of the Guild Pact. So all your things are all 5 colors, and so you just get 5 vivid, no like free, just
Sure.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that works.
I think this is fun. Like I don't think it's good, but I think it's gonna be stupid fun. It also encourages bad deck building because to make this really good, you have to have a ton of gigantic things in your deck that are gonna be terrible to draw most of the time. So
Yeah, but I mean, when you've got things like Defense of the Heart and
well, there's
all
also
of the
like
other cheaters,
Galta, which
and
yeah,
if you're in 5 colors, you're going to be playing Sneak Attack anyway. So
of course, yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's a great idea.
You're picking up what I'm laying down. Yeah,
Meek attack.
you know, not Meek Attack's probably not a good fit for that deck. No,
No,
Yeah.
no, not Sneak Attack.
These aren't meek creatures.
no, not at all. So if this is pure greed. Like this is what what greed looks like on a Magic card, and I love it.
This is what greed aspires to.
Oh yeah. So dumb. I can't wait. Oh,
What's that?
Progenitus, my butt.
right? Yeah. Smoker's Surprise. I'm gonna pay 6 mana. We're gonna get both of those and whatever else. We'll see. And then you put Galta in there, so any cards that you drew into that are useless get freely dropped. Yeah, it's gonna get dumb. Oh, it's gonna get super dumb. I can't wait.
One of the other fun cards that's coming out in the Commander deck is the Spring Leaf Parade. This is the one that you create X/1/1 colorless shapeshifter tokens, and then creature tokens you control become mana dorks, but for any color. Like that's pretty
that might
amazing.
That might go in my changeling deck.
Probably
should, absolutely.
I mean, right?
I didn't know any of the. Well, I mean, I knew about the Reaper, and I knew about the like. I'd seen passing the Jund Goblin, but like, this is all new to me. This is so cool. Thanks for bringing this up. Tell me about it.
It's a good one. It's a really good one. I mean, I have no idea what I'm going to use it for yet, but I know I want to use it.
I actually feel like almost any creature type matters decks that have access to green should probably consider this.
Sure.
Because like post board wipe, you just get to reset, and get a sizable chunk of bodies for, I don't know, a reasonable cost. And yeah, tokens, I mean, if you have more token synergies. Also, by the way, Insidious Roots also has that text on it that I think a lot of people forget about. Just putting that out there. I love Insidious Roots. It's the best card ever, but I'm biased. But you're right that text is very meaningful. Creature tokens all being mana dorks for any colors.
Also has that.
Yeah.
Well, Jaheira adds green. Your tokens
which is
can add
often
green.
good enough. But yeah.
Yeah.
So no, Spring Leaf Parade's a great shout. I think this card's going to overperform for a lot of folks. Yeah, it's pretty great.
I'm so excited about that one. That's such a great one, Jen. Also, the art is so perfect, and I'm so excited.
It's a wild card. I can already see it.
While we're talking about shapeshifters and changelings and all that stuff, have we talked about mirror form yet?
No, we haven't. How have we not? We're almost 2 hours into this. How have we not talked about mirror form?
That's why I'm like, wait a minute.
Blown out by various cards on that if they make all your creatures legendary.
Mirror form is going to be one of the most busted. Yeah. So it's an instant for 4 blue. Each non-land permanent you control becomes a copy of target non-aura permanent. Doni, why is this busted? Take it away.
Because it says non-aura permanent.
Yeah.
You
Sell
can
him this
turn.
card.
You can turn all your stuff into lands.
Mm-hmm.
And play any card that makes them mobile. You could just... It's so stupid because you can turn everything into a mana dork. You can turn everything into anything you want. And because cards like Coat of Arms exist, it's only your board.
It's not a permanent you control either, notably.
You can copy
it.
It's
any permanent. It's any permanent, any non-aura permanent. So
if you're playing against me, and I'm going to cheat in this Audition Worm, hey, check it out, guys, I have a 9/15, and you're like, hey, I have all these map tokens. Fun fact, they're now all Audition Worms. Add your end step.
Not now I'm going to end of turn.
And now I'm going to attack you with them. Exactly.
And it's just, it's like, this card is going to win so many games.
So dumb.
It is
because
so brutal
all you
and
need
so cute at the same time.
all you need is a little bit of protection for it. That's all you need, and it's game over. And
if this thing resolves, you should probably win the game. Yeah, if it's in developed board state,
I'm super excited for it. And yeah, I mean, ideally, you probably either want to play it in a pod where everyone else is doing
Let's go look.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then, this thing is going to show up in so many 5-color good stuff piles.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Because, let's say you've got an 8/8 demon in your deck that you can cheat out. And then all of a sudden, oh, wait a minute, all my stuff is 8/8 demons now.
Yeah, let's just speedrun that Dreadfeast demon action, or Demon of Deathgate or whatever. Yeah, exactly. It's
and it doesn't, like, you don't have to worry about ETBs. They just become copies. Like you could make everything a Blightsteel. You could
no.
Yeah, no, you absolutely.
I mean,
shit.
Yeah.
So if I sneak yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like
exactly.
No, so I have I'm doing my sneak attack thing. Haha, I'm gonna sneak attack in a Blightsteel, and then Donnie's like, great, I'm gonna turn all my stuff into Blightsteels, cleanly block your Blightsteel, and don't care. Now, cool, is it my turn?
Yep.
Like with this full board of Blightsteels.
Yep. Exactly. And it's just
Please tell me it's a sorcery.
It's an instant.
No, it's an
instant for 6.
Now, wild for an
I forgot this. I did see this card. I didn't.
It's so dumb. Now, of note though,
that's not okay.
All of your things are becoming copies of another thing. So if you think, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and run like mirror box and whatever, your mirror box becomes a copy of the other thing and stops being a mirror box. So like, you can't like use that to copy legends or. So like you do need to be kind of careful and conscious of that.
And you don't care that the copies are dying because you're getting a million freaking spells.
Actually, you don't get the triggers though because they're already in play.
They're not.
You don't get the ETBs.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Because that's yep. Good point.
So you do need to be kind of careful about how you use it, like and what you're targeting. Like you need to have a specific good target for it, and it needs to be non-legendary. So
turn it into
and the fact that it's unilateral, like everything that's non-land.
Death trigger, actually, you can turn it all into their Coca show.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, I mean Lord Xander. Lord Xander exists as well.
Yeah. Oh, Koku show. I love Koku.
Get Lord Xander's the death triggers. That would be everybody who sacrifices half their boards. That would be pretty gross.
That's pretty nasty. No. Yeah.
But the fact that the fact that mirror form fits into anywhere where you're gonna have like 6 utility mana and 2 blue, this is and I'm glad that it's mythic. I'm very glad that it's mythic. If it was rare, I would probably have some not nice things to say about it because I'm definitely I will lose to this card. It's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, we all will. That's yeah.
It's the way of Commander.
Yeah,
indeed. It's going to be one of those. I think a lot of people are also going to find ways. I think, like every clone out there, people will find creative ways to misplay with this. So that's going to happen too. But yeah, the potential for, I think you need to be careful about when you fire it. But man, when you do, it's going to be good. Yeah,
and I think with like Convoke, it's going to be. It adds another layer of things that you can make work with it because I'm very excited for this one.
Heck yeah!
And then Bloodline bidding is another one.
Why would Convoke do anything here?
Because you could drop out your Convoke creature and then you turn all of your stuff into that creature, or somebody else plays a Convoke creature.
It's just like accelerating out a big creature and then copying. Got it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if somebody else has something like that's perfectly fits into your strategy, you'd be like, okay, I'm just gonna make a bunch of those and then do whatever that creature's ability is.
Well, that's funnily enough, Mirror Form's not even the only card in this set that can help with that kind of situation. Omni Changeling is an uncommon in this set that I think a lot of people are going to be sleeping on. In general, I think clones are just underrated. Like clones are phenomenal, and like just if you have access to blue, just put some kind of clone in your deck. You'll be better because you have it. Like Clever Imposter is like it's just the impersonator. Yeah. That card's just amazing. Just play it. But Omni Changeling is a new one in Lorwyn that I think is also kind of fantastic. It's a clone changeling, so you may have it enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it has changeling, so it's all types no matter what, and you just get to be another thing, and it's a 5-drop, but it has Convoke, so it's 3 blue with Convoke. So if you're in one of those wide board states, this could theoretically be free, or you could reduce the cost notably on it. And then like free clone.
Yeah.
Why would I not want a free clone? That sounds great.
Jeez.
Yeah,
that's pretty good for an uncommon.
I love it.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't like free stuff.
I'm not a big fan of free stuff in general either, but like there's a time and a place.
I love free stuff.
No. Oh, free stuff. Like free food is great, but like but free spells. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Another really good one is Bloodline Bidding.
Yes.
Are you guys familiar with this one yet?
Another
Convoke spell.
One of the first cards I ever fell in love with in this game was Patriarch's Bidding, and this is an homage to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bloodline Bidding, 6 black. Convoke, choose a creature type, return all creature cards of the chosen type from your graveyard to the field.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's also the Voyage, right? The black one from Kaldheim.
Oh, Did
the same, but without Convoke.
Did something similar.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. But I think Convoke on this one changes it dramatically. Because for 2 black, in order, I'm running this in.
I think it's better in certain like normally what I usually want to do with these types of cards, Patriarch's Bidding and whatever, is I either I do it after a Wrath, for example. That's the key part. And so I won't have creatures in play to convoke it. But there's also the ones where you fill up your graveyard with milling first, with a lot of zombie decks do that, and then you can convoke this out with a few things like that. Like Verena is gonna go nuts over this.
And I have an insect. I have a deck that is heavy insects with Achik at the helm. That has a ton of like Mildorks and a couple big payoffs.
That'll do it.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
100%.
So like normally with a lot of these, the convoke is going to be less important than the because it'll be post wrath. But like a lot of the times, if you have a strictly like milling deck, then that poops out lots of tokens. For example, you're going to definitely love this.
The other thing to note.
I like it.
Oh, sorry, Donnie, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I like it in Grist. I like it in Rats. I think it's going to be great in Goblins. It's just. I'm very excited about just stacking my graveyard with stuff, and then off of even anything that gets you like 3 creatures. Or Alenda is gonna love this because Alenda does nothing but put creatures in the graveyard and make more creatures. Ashidisi's another one, so I think that 8 mana looks scary, but this is Commander. 8 mana, we can do that on turn 4.
Yep.
8 drops in beer. Sorry.
Exactly. That's
Ristic Studies, by the way. Love Ristic Studies.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, and we were comparing this to Patriarch's Bidding, and I think it's notable to pull that up and take a look, because Patriarch's Bidding costs 5 for a similar effect. However, it's symmetrical. Each player chooses a creature type, and each player returns all creature cards of the types chosen from the graveyard to the field.
Beneficial,
And so if if your opponents are on typal synergies, obviously they can really piggyback off this for mad value. But if they're not, they can still pick the creature type that's their biggest thing. And on top of that, if they pick a popular creature type, like if they say elf, there's a decent chance that somebody else has an elf in their graveyard incidentally that they just get for free, and they get to pick a different type. So so Patriarch's Bidding is a massive double-edged sword. I love this card, and I love group hug kind of things in Commander because of how they can change the game. But at the end of the day, like Bloodline Bidding is just going to be strictly more efficient for you and more beneficial for you, and not help anybody else. So I think that's a pretty significant difference. Yeah, that's worth calling out.
Yeah. The Voyager, I think it was Endless Voyage or something like that from Kyle Times, was the same as this idea.
Endless Voyage, I think that's it.
Yeah, the Haunting Voyage. Haunting Voyage. That's what it is. Haunting Voyage. Sorry, I forgot the name. I think it was Haunting Voyage.
Yeah, Hunting Voyage is a classic.
Yeah, that one, great. It had Foretell, but it was, and the Foretell was the important part.
So you foretold it for 2 and then and cast it from Foretell for 7. So it's a total mana investment of 9 to get this effect. And it's pretty much the same. Your turn, you choose a creature type, and if it was foretold, all the creatures of that type from your graveyard go to the battlefield. Otherwise, you can pay 6 for it and get 2 of them. Which also isn't bad.
Nice.
Honestly, paying 6 and getting 2 things is fine. But
and also like a lot of the decks that they might not necessarily have something to do on 2, and the foretelling is just a nice way to get that going.
That's true. Yeah. So no, and Haunting Voyage is one of those cards that it's if you want redundancy at this effect, you could be there's nothing stopping you. It's one of those where you look at it, it's like, well, why would I run, Bloodline Bidding over Haunting Voyage or over Patriarch's Bidding?
It's
like, just run them all.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you want this effect, why not have all of them?
And who's to say you don't have a payoff for having big spells in your library? Like, there's lots of ways to capitalize on that as well. So I think it's definitely worth the risk for sure.
You know what's so funny about this whole conversation? There's one creature type I feel like we have not talked about at all.
I think I know where you're going with this. What's that?
Merfolk.
Oh, Merfolk.
We have not talked at all about the Merfolk. And
haven't even mentioned them.
I'll also be horrified.
Nope.
They're here.
No.
They're here.
They sure are. And there are some Merfolk that actually look...
For them. So that happened. No, there's some really good ones, but like, yeah.
Well,
I like the white
enough,
ones. The white merfolk is cool. The white merfolk.
Yeah,
I think
in
Sig
this
is really cool. I think that's a very fun build.
Yeah, so Sig Wanderine Wisdom, 2/2 for 2 in blue. Sig can't be blocked. Whenever this creature enters or transforms into Sig Wanderine Wisdom, target creature gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or a planeswalker, draw a card, till end of turn. So you get, you know, some Saboteur Curiosity action, and you can pay 1 white on your first main phase to flip him into Sig Wanderbrine Shield, where Sig can't be blocked, 2/2 again. Whenever this and is white, whenever this creature transforms into Sig Wanderbrine Shield, target creature control gains protection from each color until your next turn.
Love that so much.
Yeah, protection, meaning that it can't. So that other creature can't be targeted, dealt damage, or be blocked by creatures of that type. So you're bestowing the unblockability plus a ton more. And I love the image of like arrows being caught up in these like magical like waves that are being like conjured up. Just very cool. Yeah.
Yes. I think it looks fun. That might be one that I consider building. I think.
Okay.
Nice.
I mean, there's not a ton of white merfolk, sure, but I mean, there's a ton of blue ones, right?
There's way more
so many blue ones.
Yeah, Slick has traditionally been like the best of the EDH merfolk. Unfortunately, it's difficult to do the white because it's only Lorwyn and like Eventide and Shadowmoor, etc. Have really capitalized on the white.
There's 13 white merfolk now.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Nice.
just a handful of them.
Just 13.
I think some of
There's
them are
plenty
low-key.
of blue ones though, so maybe you can make up for it with that. And
Oh yeah, I mean, go
Yeah.
go heavy blue with the white splash, and
Yeah.
you'll be fine. But like, Deepway Navigator is a merfolk in the set that I feel like we need to call out. This is a reason to add white to your merfolk decks, I think. 2/2 flash for white blue. When this creature enters, you untap each other merfolk you control, and as long as you attacked with 3 or more merfolk, this turn, merfolk you control get +1/+0. That's a bonkers combat trick.
Good stuff.
Like,
That's really good.
Yep.
yeah. So, and in a world where Deeproot Pilgrimage exists and other kind of tap action is happening with merfolk, the ability to untap all your merfolk and the potential in white to be able to like bounce this back to your hand and then recast it and get that again, or convoke out your clone that can enter as a copy of this and then untap all your dudes. Just saying, like, so I feel like the possibility for like getting really silly with this definitely exists.
Absolutely.
These people are here.
Yeah.
And then when you add airbending,
Of course. Why not?
And then things just go completely off the rails.
Airbend, just to really go like, okay, it's water. They're in the water, but you know, airbending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's blow some bubbles.
Yep.
Let's
Exactly. We're blowing bubbles.
Flying fish.
Yeah, exactly. Flying fish. I think, I mean, there's so many different things now, and like when we start blending like Avatar and Lorwyn and
the flavor fails.
The space, you know, Edge of Eternities plus Avatar plus Lorwyn. There's so much insane stuff that can happen in that space.
I mean,
I'm very excited for it.
Oh heck yeah! No, I mean the flavor of Magic right now. The flavor of Magic. We're just making jungle juice. We're just pouring in whatever we've got at this point. It's all a big mix. You know.
Sure are.
I think kitchen sink sums it up.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
If you've ever taken a plastic cup and dipped it into a garbage can for a beverage, you know what we're talking about.
You do know what we're talking about, and if you don't, go ask your dad.
That is a whole thing.
If you've ever done that, by the way, are you still alive?
I mean, here. What?
I mean, my knees hurt, but I'm still here.
To keep you that way.
Yeah, garbage cans or bathtubs were also fine vessels for that. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we're getting slap happy, you guys. It's been over 2 hours. This has been fantastic, though. Holy cow! Thank you guys so much for this discussion. Was there anything else that we want to talk about before we bring this thing in for a landing? Oh.
I want to talk about Noggles. I want to talk about Noggles because I think that there's some short-sightedness there on the part of Wizards. You know what? Our friendly Noggles exist. They are in the world, and I wish they just would have gotten a little bit more representation. The fact that prior to
aura.
Yeah, prior to Lorwyn Eclipsed, there were 4, and they were all Izzet.
Like, they were.
All 4 of them are blue-red.
Interesting.
And
yeah.
Now we've got a Gruul one that cares about treasures.
I would love to know why they decided to go Gruul when the other ones have all been Izzet in the past.
Completely random. They went off color, and I'm.
But honestly, I feel like it fits the Noggles so much better to be Gruul.
I'm on board with that as well.
Interesting.
I never quite understood why they were blue-red.
Why they were Izzet? Yeah, they did not look like an Izzet's little thing.
Yeah, no.
They're very Gruul.
Huh.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. The fact that we got one, I'm happy that we got one. But I was kind of at least hoping for a handful, because then we could actually, maybe play them in a 2 or 3 color deck. But
there are clones. We've had this talk.
I know, but then you're just adding white to everything. Or
cloning a bad card. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Why clone good cards?
Right?
I have a bad card here. It's a Noggle, but I have 2 of them.
But 2 of them.
Right.
There's an aura that references Noggles, so that's something.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
Noggle the Mind.
Yeah. Although, wait a minute. So, Noggle the Mind. Enchanted creature. So it's a flash aura for 2. Enchanted creature lose all ability and is a colorless Noggle with base power and toughness 1/1. So this is the legitimate business person. Like, Noggles are so bad, turning something into a Noggle is like removal in the set. What's that about?
Yep. I love that.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of respect there for my friendly Noggles.
No, clearly not. Yeah, what the heck?
Look at Noggle. Was it Bridge Breaker or something? That Noggle something. There. Oh god, had a greatest flavor text. I wonder if I have it. No,
Noggle Bridge Breaker. It's flavor text. It's always funny till someone gets hurt. Then it's hilarious. Nice. That tells you all you need to know. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, I Noggles. I appreciate the nod, but I kind of I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get some more support for arguably one of the funnest creature types.
Yeah. I mean, look at the art on that one. It's kicking out the support of a bridge that is directly over its head.
Yeah, exactly. They're not real smart, but
no, they're clearly not smart. Yeah.
No.
Well, and funnily enough, I love obscure creature types. Like, I'm the kind of guy, when I get a chance to name a creature type and it doesn't matter, I'm naming like Oof and Assembly Worker, and I'm getting weird. I did not know Noggle existed. Like, this is it. Like, I had no idea, and I genuinely love this stuff. So yeah.
Oh no.
Well, now you know.
These are not to be
now
missed.
I know. Yep. I'm really glad I know too. I'm gonna definitely take advantage of that. Yeah. I'm gonna start naming Noggle on all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Do it. I'm here for it.
Excellent. Yeah, I think I need to start running, Crippling Fear in a couple of my in a couple of historic checks, just so I can do that.
Sure. Yep.
Choose a creature type. Creatures that aren't of the chosen type gets -3/-3. If you just want to give it to everything, you can now just say Noggle. I usually say Oof for this, but appreciate the Noggles. Anyway.
I think there's more oofs than there are Noggles, so
I think you're right. And oofs are well known because there are oofs that are like good cards, whereas the Noggles are all like, looking at all of these, are all pretty rough. Like, they're not great.
Yeah, none of them are amazing, but I think that's what I like about them.
Like, look, that's rough, buddy.
Well, like Noggle Ransacker. Actually, I want to run this card though. This is from this is one of the older ones. 2/1 for 3. It's hybrid. Is it? When Noggle Ransacker enters the battlefield, each player draws 2 cards, then discards a card at random. I love the idea of like, I'm gonna let everybody go up 1 card, but then you gotta just dump something. Like,
makes sense.
And it's probably your best card for me.
Read the flavor text though.
Noggles live purely by what they can scavenge. There is not a single thing a Noggle eats, wears, or uses that did not once belong to another. I love this. I definitely want to know more.
Yeah, see? That's where I'm at. Like, I've always wanted to know more about the Noggles, and I thought maybe in Lorwyn Eclipse we'd get because we know they were involved in the war with Phyrexia. You know, they are on the outskirts of the plane, but still, I mean,
yeah,
I think there's an
opportunity
opportunity missed there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Interesting stuff. Cool shout for the Noggles. Thank you for giving them the respect they deserve.
I had to say something.
And funnily enough, when you compare the Ransacker to like Noggle Robber, though, the one we're getting in this set, it's a hybrid Golgari. It's a 3/3 for 3, and when it enters or dies, you create a treasure token. Like, that actually feels like a playable card and maybe a combo piece. Like, it actually doesn't feel bad compared to the others that are like really rough in what they're doing.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I thought, you know, a 3/3 body that gets you a treasure on ETB and death. So, I mean, it feels good.
Yeah, that's actually not bad.
Especially in those colors. Like, in those colors, it feels good. But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Best Noggle? Not that they didn't deserve more, but I'm just saying. Like,
I mean, I would say probably maybe the best Noggle. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. Excellent.
But
the Noggles bar is set.
It's pretty low.
Yeah. Pretty low.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Clearing that bar ain't hard.
Nope.
Yeah, they didn't really have to jump to get over it, but they did, so that's good. Yep.
They kind of slithered.
Yeah, they stepped gingerly over that bar. Yeah, but it counts. We got there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was a hold my beer moment for sure.
I love it. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. All right, anything else that we want to chat about before we close it down?
I think I'm good. We got. All right. We touched all the bases.
Good. I think we got there.
Booyah.
You'd love to see it. So, by the way, everybody, there are links to all of our socials and things in the description, so please go check those out. But Jen and Doni are actually both halves of the MTG FilthyCasuals, which, if you've heard that if you've seen that name on socials and whatnot, this is them. And before we sign off, do you guys have anything coming up that you want to promote? This will be coming out probably tomorrow, so soon.
Oh, well, on Tuesday, we're going to be on CNC Power Hour. They are doing a round table all about, guess what? Lorwyn.
Nice.
So we'll be over there. Amy's over there, and we're super excited. We're so excited to be included in this. So, yeah, that's going to be that'll be Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday evening, right?
So check it out.
Yep.
Yeah,
Tuesday evening.
What, 5 o'clock? Is it 5 o'clock our time?
5 o'clock Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I believe that's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That
excellent.
Sounds right.
So
yeah. So Twitch.tv CNC Power Hour.
It'll be a good time.
We're excited for that.
Absolutely.
It'll be good.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, and Headology, anything coming up? I mean, we're going to be drafting a lot when this drops, but like.
I've been doing I'm still in the process of doing the limited set first look. There's a lot of commons and uncommons to get through, as well as rares and mythics before I get to the early access on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then I'm also going to be on Joe Kilcar's Commander Show on the Tuesday. And that'll be super sweet. But yeah, I mean, Lorwyn is exciting. Very exciting. So I'm super excited about that.
You know it.
And I'm excited for my lovely series on silly magic words.
I can't wait. This is going to be so much fun.
I love that. I can't wait to see that. I'm super excited for that.
As a word nerd, I'm very, very invested now. Like,
well, it's
I need
typical this. Content
in my veins. In my veins, I need it. I need it.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling the number of word nerds and Magic players, like that Venn diagram isn't necessarily a circle, but there's a lot of overlap.
It's pretty close. It's probably pretty close. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's so different than other content that's out there.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yes.
Love that.
Awesome. Very good. Well, yeah, and I'm going to be doing the early access thing on Wednesday as well. I'm going to be drafting primarily because I want to actually see the new cards. So, yep, that's the place you do that during early access, and I'm going to bite my tongue on any other thoughts on that. Yes, indeed. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to drafting this set. It's going to get weird, and I can't wait. All right. But yeah, so thank you everybody for tuning in. We do appreciate you very, very much. Jen, Doni, Headology, thank you so much for being here. Oh my goodness. Y'all are amazing. This has been an absolute delight. I really do appreciate it.
It's been great.
Lorwyn's coming out. Go buy it. Let Wizards know that we want more like this. This is what we want. This is the stuff.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
Inject it into our veins, as Donnie said.
Is it into the veins?
Yep.
Let's give those veins some action. All right. Well, we're all a little slap happy. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later, everybody.